What up, guys? What are you doing here? How you doing? This is Andre, your host of Debating Woes with your host, Judge Dre. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the description box because we're having an open topic. That's what we always do for our last show of the night. So basically, you can come in and talk about anything, or you can talk about some of the previous topics that we have talked about. So I'm going to go ahead and post that link for you guys. The link has been posted. There you go, Mad Black. We can hear you now.
I had to change my Bluetooth. I had the settings on it wrong.
Wrong, huh? I go show you, black people can't do shit right, right?
Come on now.
Hey, you said it.
Hey, you know what though? It seems like I ain't been able to do shit, man. All I've been doing is working this week, man. That's all. That's the only place y'all get to see me at now.
Hey, better than not. At least they paying. That's what I always say.
Oh hell yeah! I'd rather do this than be sitting on YouTube for free all damn night.
No.
I'm supposed to be doing the show. Everybody keep asking me to, but they don't understand, man. These restaurants have to be cleaned, and I have to make that cash.
Right. Oh yeah.
I got a job tomorrow where I'm just pressure washing a parking lot, but just doing that for a couple hours, I'm getting a few $100s. I'm telling you, ain't nothing like getting paid.
You're right about that. There is nothing wrong with getting paid. How you doing, Janine?
Hell, I wish everybody had that mentality, man. I think us as black people would be better off if everybody, me and my wife was talking about it the other day. Oh, she love your show, by the way. Thanks for letting her on.
Tell her she can stop by. Tell her
I told her she don't like YouTube and stuff like that much. So she only comes on really if she see me on there. But me and her was talking about it, and we were like, she was talking about one of the girls that works for her now, who just got a job there. The girl was so scared to take the job because she was afraid of losing her benefits. And she convinced her that if she starts working and they cut her benefits off, the amount of money she'll make from her job will be more than those benefits.
Right.
And she finally, took the job. And after the girl got her first check, she told my wife, she said, this one paycheck is bigger than the government check that I get once a month. And that's for a 2-week paycheck. And she said ever since then, it turned her life around. And that's what I try to tell black folks. That little government check, Uncle Sam is only going to give you enough to afford to live in the hood. He ain't going to give you enough to go nowhere else.
Oh, of course. I will say that's one bad thing with us is a lot of us, we've come to this point to where we say, oh, no, we're going to, I don't want to take this job. I don't want to do that because I can lose my benefits. And then if I get fired, then what I'm going to have.
Exactly.
Right. I say, well, if you're talking about losing your benefits, shit, what if you become manager?
Exactly.
Look,
Andre, you're right on one thing that you say a lot. You say not everybody has that opportunity. I was a criminal, and I freely admitted I was a criminal. I did a lot of bad shit when I was a young man. But when you get a family and you get older, you realize you can't be out there being a hoodie the rest of your life. You got to be a man. And I tell people all the time, don't try to be a great man, just be a man. Period. You ain't got to be great, just be one. And you'll see how much better your life is. Guys like us, we don't even get credit for having custody of our kids or nothing. No. Women, we give them a big pat on the back when they get custody of their kids. But niggas like us, we don't get no credit for it.
Well, people look at it as that's just something you're supposed to do. So, that's just what it is.
But when women do it, it ain't nothing. We pat them on the back. I go to school. I got a job. Okay, I've been doing that my whole life, lady. What? Where everybody at? They came over yet?
No, I think 1, 2, everybody's tired. I'm a little tired myself. Oh. I didn't plan on doing another show.
You be wearing yourself out, Dre. You on every night, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing 5 days a week. I said that. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, like I said, I can't do mine because every time I schedule it, a fucking job pops up, and then I don't choose between YouTube and money. I automatically go to money.
Right.
So that's the reason why y'all ain't been seeing my live show.
Right. That's what you should do anyway. Money comes always first. You want to make sure that you can sit there and be able to live.
Well, my wife tells me all the time, you know, if you want to be able to sit on the internet and talk shit, you got to be able to pay for the internet.
Right.
And that's my focus, you know. So, and that's the way it's got to be. I mean, I love getting on there and shit, but I'm gonna tell you, my fucking regular videos get more hits than my live shit does. My videos are popping off. So I mostly just do like one good video every day and call it a day. I don't really care about the rest. Because you pretty much got the live shit covered. If I do one, it's going to be like a real fucking emergency if I do one. I mean, I know people probably come on it, but I don't really care about the live stuff like that.
Right. I like the live myself because I like the interactive conversations. Only bad thing about the live is that you think people can get into fights a lot more, or somebody can say something that a person may not enjoy and stuff like that.
I think a lot of it is basic miscommunication, because like when we were trying to explain the power, we wasn't calling him pro-black or calling him racist. We were trying to get him to see it from the eyes of somebody who might think he being racist.
Right.
Because a lot of white people, when they hear Black Lives Matter and pro-black, the first thing they think is racist.
Right, and it's got a bad reputation. It's like, you know, that's what I said. Black Lives Matter, I hate to say, I would never, any other group, if they came together, even if y'all started as Black Lives Matter, just like change the name of the group, because the group is just, the name is tainted. It's like, you know, like, you got like, say this house a killer used to live in, right? A killer he was a mass murderer. It's gonna be hard to ever rent that house. It's tainted.
Yeah, and I don't think Chess understands you.
What do you mean?
Whenever you be trying to explain to her that they need to change the name or she needs to find another group, I don't think she understands what you be trying to tell her. You ain't trying to bash on her. You're trying to tell her that name itself is a bad thing.
The name is bad.
Yeah. It's just like if you own a chicken processing plant and a bunch of folks get sick from eating your chicken. You know, chances are people gonna start buying another brand of chicken. Right. And you have to reformat your company, change your name, and fix the problem.
Right, definitely.
And and Black Lives Matter, the good chapters who not committing crimes and shit, they do need to distance themselves from the big chapter that's doing all that dumb shit. Because the fact is, the main group, they are committing crimes. They are fucking eco-terrorists.
It's just bad that, you know, it's bad that people, you know, we can't come together and do some shit correctly. You know, without acting a fool. I can understand. I would be more willing. My thing is this: when you go ahead, if y'all want to go ahead and tear some shit up, no offense, like say y'all think a person got shot and this person did that, and the other. If any of the people that figure, oh, well, fine, I want to go out here and I want to kill these people because these cops are killing us. Well, why don't y'all go get one of the cops that did something wrong? You understand?
Thank you.
I said, I mean, plain and simple. You don't need to shoot up and kill 10 innocent cops or nothing like that. I'm pretty sure if one corrupt cop got shot, one corrupt, and they said the reason why he got shot is because he was a corrupt cop, it would eliminate the problem damn near overnight.
It's just like when that guy in Dallas shot all those innocent cops.
Right.
He didn't shoot the one who actually done the bad shit. He shot innocent people. Right. That doesn't make any sense, and it makes black people in whole look bad. It makes white people afraid of us.
Not even the fact of that, but just say we take the skin color the shit out of it. But think about this. If you say, okay, fine, we're going to go over here and shoot all these people here, this, that, or the other, right? But the person who did the crime and the people that are getting nothing, there's no reason to stop them from doing it again. Where if it doesn't deter crooked cops from doing anything. Now, this crooked cop did this right here and put a gun in the dude's hand and come to find out he didn't, and then somebody went and shot him, then that would actually stop other cops from doing this shit if they were crooked too. Because you would worry about, wait a minute, these motherfuckers just didn't go burn up a building. They came and shot me.
Yeah, if they start getting these cops' addresses, going to their houses, tearing their shit up instead of innocent folks, they would stop all this crooked cop shit.
Look, right, you don't even have to. You go tear their shit up. Every time he comes out,
And this is what I say about this movement here. If you really want to disrupt some shit, leave your phones at home. Stop trying to record everything. When you see cops acting up as a bunch of men in the community, handle your business.
Thank you. I told her. I said if they really want to get blamed and act all that bullshit, when next time when they showing a video, right, and somebody filming it, have somebody when the cops doing that shit and beating them up or doing that shit, hitting the wire, have somebody just walk up with a gun, bow, bow. I bet you that'll stop it right there. That'd be another way to stop it.
You know what, Andre? It's a lot of easy fixes in our society, man, that we talk about a lot. But the fact of the matter is, no one has the kind of courage that it takes to make these easy fixes. Right. It's like when we talk about black women, some of the ways to fix the bullshit they do. There's some simple shit. Stop giving benefits for kids. Stop fucking hitting niggas up for child support every time one of them get pregnant. I guarantee you the fucking birth rate will go down. They don't, but nobody wants to be the one to take that step. Everybody wants to say that it's racist or it's prejudice or it's something whenever you try to take a bold step to make some changes. It's never going to happen.
Man, when you talk about child support, I think it might have been Leslie that said it best. The system is designed, or it might have been Josh, one of those guys said the system is designed to separate a man from his wealth.
Yep, and it's designed to separate a man from his children.
That's all it is.
Yeah, the government wants to raise people's kids so they can tell your kids how to be, how to live, and how to act. I mean, there is a strain in the government that wants people in a certain place, and they want them to stay in that place. That's why I tell people all the time on welfare, Uncle Sam's giving you just enough to live in the bricks. He's giving you just enough to shop at this store. He's giving you just enough because that's where he wants to branch out and go somewhere else. Because guess what? If Uncle Sam truly wanted folks to branch out and get better from government services, they'd give them enough money to where they can elevate themselves and get the hell out of the hood. They give them just enough to afford a raggedy ass project and live around a bunch of crime. It ain't no accident that they give them just that small amount. Same thing with food stamps. People need to understand that. If you want to talk about a government conspiracy, the biggest conspiracy is that the government is playing a bunch of people. They're not giving you that money to help you. They're giving you that money to keep your ass in one spot. Because I know people right now who barely, like after they pay their rent, they barely have enough for gas because they're getting a check every month instead of working. When I pay my rent, I have plenty of money left over to get gas, buy stupid computer crap. I mean, I'm sorry, but I like being able to live. I like being able to buy stuff even if I don't need it. I got video game systems sitting in my house that I haven't turned on in 2 years, but I still like the fact that I could go buy them. That's what it is. You only live once, so live.
If you like Mad Black, I can go ahead and take those off of your hands. I can practice for you if you like.
Be honest with you, I'm about to start giving them away.
Oh shoot!
Don't forget to send it to your favorite show host.
I'm buying that brand new Xbox S, and I'm getting rid of my Xbox Elite. And I was gonna try to sell it, but I might just say fucking just give it on away. I don't really care about those things as much as I used to.
Christopher, how you doing, man?
What's up, Andre?
I am so happy.
What's up, Chris?
I'm happy to see you, man. I mean, after I haven't got a chance to talk to you after I talked the other day, and I'm just letting you know, man. Like, that shit we talked about really hit home. That's why, like, if you notice, I asked 2 or 3 people after they, how were you doing? Because I got a lot of sympathy for what you're going through. I went through. You gotta mute your mic, man. Hey, I'll mute you. All right, but yeah, so I feel for you, Chris, man.
It's okay. I just called because I heard you guys talking about media and influence.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these, what do you call them? I wouldn't even say pro-black. I'm going to go ahead and take the liberty of renaming them. They are anti-black. They're not pro-black in the sense that most of these guys, if they don't realize the logics they use, it
Mm-hmm.
will push people away or it will have adverse effect on other ethnicity like in black because it's too corrosive.
All right.
One of the critique, and this is before I go any further, my critique is from an academic standpoint, and it has, please excuse the bad, ugly accent because it seems like it appears to rub people the wrong way.
No,
All right.
stop it, man.
Stop.
No,
Look, Chris, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't give a damn what it is. You know, don't worry about the crap with V Dub. You are always welcome here.
You can go look at the chat here. Somebody said they love you.
Thank you. I don't know what you're talking
um,
about. I'm gonna let you know like this is. You gonna always. You've been a supporter
no,
since the
but
beginning.
if you guys noticed earlier on, I made sure I said that outburst that occurred that's
Don't
uncharacteristic of me, so I will apologize to the program and the listeners
right. But I'm
of
gonna
all
tell
who
you
were
like this.
listening. And I personally apologize to those two guys.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell
You
you
know,
like this. I've known because I've dealt with them before. I mean, I don't know exactly what was said. I remember hearing it,
yeah, but
but
when
I know for sure.
let's
Listen,
Andre, let's not even mention it.
all right. I
We're
just know
going
for
right
sure
into
they're
the
good
critique.
shit starters. They are good.
Um, one of the and all to all these pro blacks or these people who say they're proud to be black or whatever, who's
Mm-hmm.
listening out there. This is a critique, and if you're really the scholars that some of you brag that you are, or street side doctorates,
Mm-hmm.
hear what I'm saying to you today. One of the critique, if you were to be critiqued by, let's say, a scholar who's studying the pro-black phenomenon,
Right.
your logic relies heavily on a structuralist explanation for why things occur, or to highlight cause and effects. One of the problems with structuralists, when you're too heavily focused on a structuralist perspective, let's say, like you say, the police, the government, you don't understand that there are also unintended consequences. And
Right.
structuralist argument can give an explanation to unintended consequences or adverse effects or push and pull factors. That's one of the problem also when you go in collectively more generally in black thought or black intellectual thought, is that it's too binary. It doesn't look, it's either this or it cannot be that. And that's one of the problem with a lot of these pro-black arguments. Another problem is that we look at, when we say pro-black or about people, instead of looking at fraternity. We need to start looking at, we say we're intellectuals and how we research stuff. Start looking at other groups who are minorities. Start looking at other countries or cultures that have faced daunting challenges and how they have overcome them. For example, the French. The French say fraternity. And I can quickly point out, I'll give you a caveat that they use it in France when they use, let's say, most of the dark skinned educated people in France are unemployed. But when you ask the French say, oh, there's no racism, it's all fraternity or life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So there are limits to it, but we're not looking at the negatives. We're trying to draw from the positive. If black folks would start look at each other as fraternity, irrespective of the country where we're from, irrespective of the accent that we speak, but look at each other as a fraternity, skin hue, we tend to look at too much at little focuses, and we can't change our spectacles or how we deconstruct problems that are associated with black community or the ones that blight or the plights that we face in our society. And that's this, if around the circle, you have to look at life, especially after this experience with YouTube. Black people, let's say, in a pejorative sense, is just to show the speed. We're running the Kentucky Derby, and life is the Kentucky Derby, or American system. The life cycles in America is a Kentucky Derby. A mule, you won't be able to compete, catch up. That's what I have to say.
You were breaking up a little bit there on I think it might have been me. I went and let's see. I don't know. I don't know if it's my computer. I think
It's
No, it
mine.
was
I
breaking up
think
on
it's
my end
mine,
too.
Andre.
Oh,
This
okay, but no. I'm just saying this.
the
I've been
wife.
doing a resource thing to watch the performance, and I think what's really probably my CPU's been running at 94%, which ain't good. That the router has been spiking down, so maybe that might be my problem. But you know, because that's my backup one, because my good one got ruined by the storm. So I might have to get a router. So as soon as these payments come in from these people, I'll buy them.
I think the Black Lives Matter, or not Black, I'm sorry, pro-Black movement is pretty much worthless in this day.
Oh, definitely.
I can understand in the civil rights era and backwards when you
Right.
really needed just to stay and band together. Now you want to say you want to uplift black people. I mean, I'm not understanding uplift to where. I don't get it. You want to be in power? You have that opportunity now. You can go, like Mad Black said, go vote. Because if you want to sit there and say that this isn't even tied into the Black Lives Matter movement, you can't live in a city or town that's 90% black and have 90% white cops. That makes no fucking sense. It's because the 10% whites and non-whites combined, they're voting, and you're not.
Hey, KP, man,
What's up?
hey, how many shows have you heard me say, if you're not voting, you don't have the right to bitch about your neighborhood and your community? Me, you know, when Black Chris was on doing all his voting is useless, blah, 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 and he led on to the fact that he don't vote. And then when I made the comment, well, what are you bitching about? If you don't contribute to your own community, you can't keep saying that it's just a white man coming down on you. We all have the same opportunity to go and vote. I lost my right to vote when I went to prison. I've got out of prison. I changed my life, and guess what? Just a couple years ago, I re-earned my right to vote again. You know, it's not that hard to do. People just need to get off their asses and do it. Like I say all the time, I'm a fucking ex-con. If I can get out, restart my life, start a business, get back all the rights that I lost from going to prison, then somebody who's never lost their freedom can do it too.
Absolutely. You said
Yeah, but I will
motherfucking
say it's
Daisy.
difficult. I'll say that because basically I've lost my hello Donna. I said I've lost my you know my I've lost a lot of the me. I'm not as strong as I used to be ever since I lost everything. I'm not. I have a I guess you could say, yeah. Some of you guys look at me and say, "Well, wow, you know, he could take a lot, and it doesn't really bother him." But I notice that it has diminished. I'm not the Andre I used to be before, you know. And I wish I could go back to that me, because to me, I like that me better.
Well, you know, everybody goes through
Did I
shit,
drop off?
man. No, no,
Yeah.
you're good.
Oh,
Everyone
okay.
goes through things in life, but you know, you just can't keep taking the in this case, you can't keep taking the high road in life, man. You if you want something, you have to go get it. It
Yeah.
may it may not be the way you want it,
Right.
but you have to keep fighting.
Yeah, KP, sir, I'm gonna call you out, sir. You can't keep using my line, sir. Sir,
What's the line I use?
you didn't give me credit for using my line, sir. Y'all
What
know who I'm making fun of, sir.
Right.
what did I say?
You use one of his lines.
About not taking the high road, sir.
Right.
Oh.
The high road has already been destroyed. He's taken a jackhammer to it already.
you know
Okay,
what?
so
Hey, you guys give me at least one opportunity every night to troll y'all. I can't help myself.
so
I
basically
just,
what
hey,
you have to do
I
now
just
is
want to
start
let you
taking the
guys
low
know.
road.
Listen, you want to hear something funny, KP? I just want to let you guys know I did. I lost mod privileges. I noticed that on the channel that was subscribed to, that was online tonight. I noticed because normally, like if you go in a room, you can tell if you're a mod. And I went in the room. Oh, I'm not a mod anymore. Wow.
Oh, damn, that just breaks your heart.
Hey, at least you can go in the room. I can't even go in it.
Not a mod anymore.
So I think his hatred of me is outpaced you. Because I tried to even go on there and because I remember that day you told me I need to go on there and kind of hear what he's saying. I couldn't even get on. That shit was funny. I just said, all right, fuck it, talk about me. I don't care. I decided on Monday I'm rebranding my shit Monday. Right. I'm not even gonna bring him up anymore after Monday. I'm done with the whole beefing thing.
Oh,
I got better shit to talk about.
You guys have very good
mod anymore. Well, plain and simple.
Hey, Andre, your shit got better when you stopped talking about him. I ain't even gonna lie. Your numbers went up when you left that nigga alone.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this is plain and simple. I wasn't even talking about him in the first place. That's what gets me.
I know he was talking about you and you were responding.
No, I never said. I basically every time somebody asks me, I just state the facts. I don't even call it a name when I state the facts. So
sir, you're a liar, sir.
I don't have to look. I state the facts. I plain and simple because I look at it like this: if I call you a name, it takes away from the facts I stated. And the facts
you're right.
Show that plain and simple, I didn't do anything wrong.
Or hey, you don't have to call names. That's what you got me for.
Right.
You don't have to call a single name. All you have to do is call in the enforcer.
Right. And you can handle my light work.
Look, all you got to do is be like, you know, on today's my daughter's wedding, and I will give you this one thing on this special day. That's all you got to do. Just send me in.
All right.
Right. That's all you got to do.
Right.
But hey, I ain't even been doing it lately. I've been dealing with some new shit on my channel. You know who done start fucking with me now. You told me it was coming too.
Oh yeah, I know. Don't even worry about it. Don't mention their name either.
Oh, I don't. You should see. Yeah, you should see my videos, man. I've been using the phrases "the person that shall not be named" and all because it's funny, man, how all these folks coming at me and like somebody sent me an email where they was having a whole panel on me, like literally like 4 or 5 people sitting around talking about me, and they sent me the email, and I was just like, oh, okay, like who gives a shit? Obviously, I'm the talk of the town for some reason.
Right. Anybody know where you can get some good backpacks at? I gotta go buy my son a backpack real quick. Hey, Walmart. You can stop in if you want to. Do you want me to add you?
Go to Walmart.
In a couple days. I haven't been screamed at. Here's the link. Anyone can join. The link is open.
Who are you talking to?
Starscream.
Oh God! And I got this headset on too. Why would you do that to me?
Hey.
Wow, you know,
and her Dre.
When you got that shit right next to your ears and she come on, woo! Megatron, please, I beg you.
No.
Hey, y'all remember the Transformers? How Starscream used to be on his knees begging Megatron, please.
Now, here's the question: don't Megatron? He would turn into a gun, right?
Yes. Yeah, the original Megatron was a big ass pistol.
Right.
With a scope on it.
It was copyright issues, and that's why they couldn't do it in the movies.
It was what?
Yeah.
Copyright issues.
It was,
copyright issues.
Because those.
Yeah, but you know what? These kids today.
Owned by Hasbro.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. I got the original cartoon. The original. I got like the first 5 seasons of it. The original one. I got it on DVD, man. It's way better than this new shit.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Janine Staples, Dre? What do you mean? Staples what? I don't get it.
For backpack.
Oh,
I just wanted to say hey.
Yeah, I forgot I did have that.
Just wanted to say hey to everybody. Man Black. I checked out some of your videos. I subscribed to your channel.
Oh, you finally started watching. What do you think?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. I subscribe to you.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
I see. Yeah, I like it because you know, whole lot of foolishness. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like straight up type of stuff. So I like that. So that's all right.
Well, I made a video I think yesterday, and I told everybody on my channel, starting next week, I'm starting a whole new stuff. Like I bought me a capture card. I'm gonna start live streaming my video games right on my YouTube page and stuff like that.
I don't blame you for that one.
Yeah,
Everybody
I'm
could get to
done.
that.
Hey, that's where all the views is at. Them white boys getting like 2-3 million views just for playing
That's
Call
what I
of
know.
Duty.
Right.
That's what I know.
So I'm
Where's
gonna start doing
everybody
that
at
same
tonight?
shit.
Man,
Shoot.
I'm sitting here. I know, see, Mad Black wouldn't like this, but a friend of mine, she posted some new pictures on Facebook. I said, oh, man, she cutie pie.
Uh-oh.
No.
Hey, I ain't got no
See, let me
problem with
see.
it.
No, well, plain and simple, I had actually talked to her, tried to talk to her for a minute, but it wasn't at appropriate time because she was actually working for me, so you know how that is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
We didn't
you ain't gotta stop.
we didn't do nothing.
You ain't gotta stop doing what you like on account of me.
No, I know that. I'm just sitting there. I know I'm fucking with you. You know how.
Hey, I got a confession to make. Hey, I got a confession to
Uh-oh.
make, and y'all won't believe I'm finna say this.
Uh-oh.
I ran across a black chick at the mall the other day. I ain't even gonna lie, boy. I wanted to tap it bad. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh, hell no.
Not
Yeah,
to marry.
Yeah, I know the world coming to an end now.
yep.
Oh
But
shit!
I had to fight the urge, y'all. I had to stay true to who I am. I couldn't do it.
Oh, no.
Wait. I'm gonna change the title to this show is
Don't you dare do it.
a black woman
Oh,
who likes
Lord.
fuck.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna sit
Even
here.
I'm saying the world coming to an end.
I'm not gonna lie. There are some really, really good-looking black women out there. Ain't no point of being a liar about it. I mean,
Yeah. But people
so
still got to get themselves together. It's the attitude that's really
yeah.
messing up a lot of folks, you know.
Well, I'm glad you said that because when she opened her mouth, that's when I start walking. Right when she
Uh-huh.
started talking, because
I believe you.
she sounded so fucking ghetto. That killed
Hmm.
it for me, right? I was like, yep. Just when I almost crossed back over to the dark side, it killed it.
Right, right. I can respect that. I can respect that. I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
I
I'm an
always thought
honest,
like, go ahead, Annie, I'm sorry.
I'm an honest dude. I have no problem with admitting. You know, you can acknowledge beauty on
Right.
anybody. You can't. You know, you're a dumbass if you say all black women are ugly. The end. That's not what I say. So, because
No.
there are some really, really good looking ones out there.
Yeah, yeah, but it's the attitude. I don't understand what has gone wrong. Something is just off. You know,
Maybe. I mean, it's because black men is.
I can get loud or sound loud. That's because I got a problem with my hearing. I mean, I can like post up a little paper or something from my doctor to show you. You know, I can't hear real good in one of my favorite ear that where my Bluetooth be at. But the
You
thing
know what I
is,
think it is?
it's embarrassing for me as a black woman because I'm a black woman too. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
like I remember you saying stuff like, if you don't want to be bothered with that type of female or whatever, stop messing with them. And I always agree with you with that because it's like, I'm not a single person, but I'm thinking, what if something happened to my husband or we break up? The daggone market for me will be like dead.
Well, that's
Because
what
by
I
the
was just.
time
I
I
was.
get out there, everybody going to think that all black women are loud and bad and this and this and that. And I'm like, y'all, men, not y'all, but people need to stop accepting that type of behavior.
I was
Well,
just
some
gonna say
women
that
are
the
loud.
part
Black women are
part
loud.
of part of the problem is though, and I'm gonna keep it real, because you know me, I
That's the
get
do.
both sides. There are a lot of black men who like that bougie ghetto shit. They
That's
love
what
it.
I'm
There are
saying.
some men who like ratchet, and so
That's
there
what
are a
I'm
lot of them
saying.
who complain. They complain about women being ratchet, but a lot of them like it, and they don't want
That's
to
what I'm
admit that they
saying.
like it.
That's true.
I ain't
I
gonna
mean,
lie.
that's just
The reason why I ain't gonna lie. The reason why I was so much on black women like that because I like the I always thought that hey yeah if what the hell
What the
are
fuck
you
just
there?
It's just you and I. Like,
It
must
dropped
be.
off. Yeah, I no, it blinked on my end too. I thought it went out. Yeah. I said no. A lot of times you look at it, you sit up here and like What the fuck? You know, I like, oh yeah, you got that attitude. Maybe you'll have that attitude during that time. No, it's never been that way.
Man, you gotta make sure your woman pick fixed, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta reset that motherfucker.
Yeah, remember, look, man, I haven't even, like I said, I haven't even tried to date. I mean, I've been working on myself. You know what I mean? They say,
Hey, I mean, you
work on
gotta take
yourself.
time to yourself, man. You just can't jump out there because you're gonna make the same fucking mistakes. You're gonna make the same mistake over and over and over until you can realize I got a fucking problem.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened to those other guys.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happened?
I don't know. It blinked for a minute, so I think I heard that they said that Google and YouTube, or I mean, Hangouts bought YouTube or something. YouTube is with Hangouts now.
Well, YouTube owns Google.
Right.
Who the fuck is calling me?
Mm-hmm.
I think she in the wrong one. She the hell.
Does she need another invite?
Probably, or she just in the wrong damn one.
Did I drop?
Yep.
Yeah.
You and what's his name dropped at the same time.
Yeah, my screen went blank and my face was the only one on there. So I was like, what the hell did I do?
All right. No, it dropped everybody at the same time. My screen went black for a minute, but then popped back.
Hey, Matt, did you catch up with Black?
I text that nigga and called him, man. He ain't answered yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get this restaurant over with so I can get back to the house.
Okay.
You know how that shit is.
I'm sorry, y'all. This phone's stupid as hell.
No.
He said he wanted to work, but that nigga don't want to work.
Well, I ain't even gonna lie. I figured that, but I hate to say that.
I'm sorry, KP. I meant to say hi to
What'd
him.
you say?
Mrs. KP.
What'd you say, Andre? We need to call this Bad Connection Sunday.
You think? I've been trying to get on the Hangouts all day, every day, to a degree, and Andre sent me a invite earlier, like way earlier, and it keeps saying that unfortunately it's stopped. Hangouts is stopped. It's stopped. So I don't know if it's overloaded or what.
Now, Google got some issues with these fucking Hangouts, man. You know, because now it's starting to get very popular. Didn't nobody use this shit a year ago?
You know what? I think that's why it dropped. That's why it dropped so much, KP, because now so many people are using it that it's probably overloaded. Because there are a lot of people on live right now.
And not even the fact of that, it's the fact that, right, you know, they probably didn't put that much money into it, and now the system is being overworked. Because you see how sometimes the controls disappear while you watching it. There's been times when the stop broadcast button will disappear and you cannot stop the broadcast.
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember that night where you couldn't log off. That shit was crazy.
Right.
Yeah, they might need to go ahead and pump a few more dollars into it because it's being worked over now. Because it used to be YouTube, people just posted videos and that was it. Now everybody getting on here live.
And then I guess if you pay like a couple bucks, instead of having 10 people on, you can get up to 15.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
How much is that?
$10 a month or some shit.
How much is that?
Yeah, it's like $10 a month.
Oh, I'll do that.
Yeah. I was thinking about doing it too because sometimes you have 10 people on and you have 5 more people trying to get on. So
I'm gonna do. Where you see that? Look at if you see the link. I never saw that.
You gotta go on the Hangout. You gotta go on the Hangout site and you gotta like go to the little customer service section or whatever, and you gotta read up on it, and then it'll give you all the instructions to follow to do it.
But the other side of it is, you know, it's 15 people gonna be too many trying to yell at the one time. Because think about it, you get 5 pro blacks 2 Black Lives Movement, a couple Klansmen, shit, you gonna have a fucking party.
Hey, you know what? That's the price you pay for having an open platform.
You got a point there. That is true. That is
Hey, if
true.
you want it to be truly open, then it has to be open to everybody.
My
It
ass
is
is
right.
worried about.
I can't wait till we get some Klan members on. That's gonna be fucking awesome.
You think? You
And they're
think?
going to come up with a system to design to give you better controls too, because
Can you imagine that? Andre, I don't take too kindly to niggers, but I love your show.
Okay. I gotta get some people to get to subscribe to him too. I just been so busy. I'm praying that they don't total out my truck. I'm really praying they don't do that. I got into an accident on the 17th, and this is the second one in 3 months.
Ooh, your premium is finna skyrocket.
That's what I'm saying. And it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't my fault. I mean, if it was my fault, then I'd say it was my fault. But it's, I don't know. It's just some old weird shit going on in my life right now. So that was
that's
just an unsuspecting
suck.
thing to happen. Huh?
I said that's gotta suck.
That's what I'm saying. It's like when I went to go, they got it at the impound, and I had to sign out on it so the people go pick it up or whatever. To me, it don't look that bad, but everybody always say that when the airbags deploy, then they're gonna total it out, and I don't think.
Do you own it or are you making payments?
I'm making payments.
Oh, okay. Well, you ain't gonna get shit if they total it then. Only thing that'll happen is you won't have to pay. You won't have to pay the car dealership for it, but that's about it.
That's
the only reason I got full coverage, because if I wreck my truck, I don't have to pay them for it. Because know if you don't have insurance, they'll tear your credit up.
Right, exactly. Now you got full coverage though. I had to get it anyway because I'm making payments.
Yeah.
But I'm just praying that they don't. I love that truck, man. It's a nice truck too, and I mean, we just came into a low money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to take a whole lot of money and go out here and get another truck. See, I got like a Napoleon complex. I'm a little woman and I like I like to drive trucks. I don't like. I'm
trying to get that 2017 F350, that King Ranch edition. $73,000.
It's nice truck.
Yeah, that's what I seen it the other day. Yeah, it's they said with my credit and my down payment, my payments will be $993 a month, and if I add insurance though, it's like $1,123 or some shit like that.
Hey, hold on,
okay. That's not bad because a friend of mine he got an LTZ Tahoe. And it's a 2015, and this fool paying $1,408 a month. That's a lot of money for a damn car payment.
It's based on your credit. The better your credit, the lower that payment will be.
Well, him and his wife is supposed to have been doing that credit thing. Her credit must be bad too, because if you paying $1,400 a month, ain't that much one damn truck in the world.
Terrible. For that much money, both of their credits are jacked up.
I had a friend of mine who had an expedition. They were paying $1,000 a month, so I know.
That's not bad for an expedition, though. That's not bad.
I mean, the only reason I'm getting this truck is simple, because the fact is, I work every fucking day. I bring in like a whole shitload of money, and me and my wife talked about it. She can have anything she wants. Period. We getting ready to buy a brand new house, and I told her I only want one room out of the whole house. The man cave. That's it. The rest of the house, she can have it. And I said, in exchange, when I go get my truck, I don't want to hear no bitches. That's the rule.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
If I'm going to give you a 4-bedroom house and I just get one little bitty room out of it, you shouldn't have no complaints if I buy myself something.
Well, I don't think you married to the type of person that's going to bitch about anything anyway, really. She seemed to be a really nice lady.
I done been with some women. You buy them a 4-bedroom house, and they'll bitch that it's not 5. I've been with them kind of women.
I know people like that. People like that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. You're getting something that you didn't pay for, but you're still mad. I don't deal with them kind of people anymore. Fuck that shit.
Well, that's a sense of entitlement. I don't know where. Okay, to be honest with you, I think that as far as black women, it's like I think they get this sense of entitlement, false sense of entitlement. I think that comes about after they have like so-called survived dealing with some fucked up dudes or something, or
Yeah.
maybe have gotten their children through school or something like that. It's like once they've overcome that, then it's like, oh, you should. I'm a
Hey, a lot of people grow up poor, and when they run across somebody with some money, they feel like it's that person's job to fulfill all their dreams for them, man, if they with somebody with some cash. That's what a lot of women do when they grow up in the hood, they grow up broke, they grow up fucking with broke dudes. When they finally run across that one that's got some money, they try to take him to the bank. I mean, that's just pretty much what it is. Did everybody drop again?
Yeah, Carletta just dropped.
Oh, okay, because it got quiet again. It's like,
told you that
damn.
dumb shit happened to my phone. I told you. But that's where that comes from, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? People that have been to that mountaintop. Or so they say. I know
I'm
you
going
done
to tell
heard
you.
women say, I did this, I did that. This nigga didn't do this for me, and I ended up taking care of the whole load and all of that. So
Hey,
they expect the
Carletta,
next man to
you know what my own
appreciate
mama
that.
told me? My own
Hmm.
mama told me that I had y'all, I raised y'all, and man, it's time for y'all to take care of me. A lot of black
Oh,
women say
wow.
that shit to their kids. And
Yes,
you know what I
yes.
told her? I said, hey, Mom, I got kids of my own. Sorry, can't waste the money on you.
But you know what? A lot of Asian parents have that expectation. When their
Actually,
No, they
children
don't.
get grown,
it's
they
actually,
expect that
actually,
No,
it's,
shit.
they don't.
actually, actually, over in China, it's the law that you have to take care of your parents. It's actually, go look it
Right,
up. It's the
Yeah,
law
right.
over
you
there in
gotta go
China.
see. Right, you gotta go see him twice a week.
And you gotta give them financial aid too. It's the law in China because
Right,
they respect and revere elderly people in that country. So
right,
over there,
exactly.
kids have to go and see their parents twice a week, and they have to give them money. It's the law.
Mhm,
They did
mhm.
that shit in America, all our asses would be
Oh
broke.
hell no. Oh hell no. You be having people poisoning the hell out of old people, sticking them in nursing homes, what they do anyway. They ain't doing all that shit. Oh hell no.
Hey, hey, y'all! I'm doing this job over here by Krispy Kreme donuts. They
Uh-huh.
cooking some fresh donuts, and that smell is all in the air over here. I'm getting hungry than a motherfucker.
You know you ain't supposed. I bet you ain't supposed to have it
I'm
neither.
about to leave. I'm about to leave this job and go over across the street to Krispy Kreme.
I bet you ain't supposed to have it. I bet
Man,
your
I'm
wife will
chocolate.
get you in trouble.
I'm I'm feeling that chocolate glaze right now.
See,
That
people be
that
wanting
shit.
stuff they ain't supposed to have.
I mean, the air is sweet up here. You can smell it in the air. It smells good as hell.
Oh hell yeah.
Y'all in like good places for real. I saw this little video today, and it was saying that if the dollar collapsed, they were saying the top 5 places, worst places to be, in the event the dollar collapses. And they said one was Southern California, basically Los Angeles, New York, um, D.C., Washington D.C., England, and Israel.
Any of your
Damn.
metro areas are very populated areas. You don't want to be there.
Right.
Oh, of course, because they're the most financially dependent.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
Well, you also don't want to be there in case some Walking Dead shit happens.
yeah, that's happening now. These zombies out motherfuckers around here. That's happening now.
Nigga knocking on your door going, you be like, all
No,
right,
see, that's it. See that.
it's time to move in.
That's what me and my husband was talking about. He's from another country, but we thinking, I don't know. We might skedaddle. I mean, like I lost my mother like the beginning of this year. She was the only reason why I stayed in Maryland, like Baltimore. Because other than that, I don't have no family here. My girls, I mean, that's about it. I don't have no family. So it's like,
That's the reason why I left Miami because all my family was up here in Tennessee, and frankly, the
yeah.
cost of living was a lot cheaper in Tennessee than Miami. It's hard as
Oh,
hell to
I
live
can
down there.
imagine. I can
Yeah,
imagine.
I had a 1 bedroom apartment. It wasn't even a 1 bedroom. It was a studio apartment. It was nine hundred
Hmm.
dollars a month, and all it was a room and a
Damn.
bathroom. And the
Yeah.
bed it had one of those beds that fold out from the wall and shit.
A Murphy bed.
Yeah, but because it was so close to the beach, it was $900 a month.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's when I was in my young hustling days.
Oh
Me,
yeah. I mean, when you by yourself, you can swing something like that.
yeah, but I had to get the hell away from there because I just looked at it and I was like, yeah, I'm close to the beach, but I ain't got no money to go enjoy the beach. So what's the point?
Right. Right. See, that's the
Places like
thing.
that, you got to have money to enjoy the shit that's there. Just paying bills in Miami is boring, and that's not what Miami is for. So
That's what
when
we
people
doing here.
just paying bills is terrible anywhere. But if you're in a big city like that where it's supposed to be fun and exciting,
Mhm.
it's boring as shit. I got the hell
Mhm.
out of there.
Mhm.
Now my
I
money
believe
actually
it.
stretched a little bit.
But see, the
Like,
cost of living in certain southern states is much
that's
better.
because the South is poor. People don't like to admit it down here. The South is poor. The South has always been poor. There ain't shit here.
The South has been fucked since the Civil War.
It sure
Damn.
has. And
Well,
I
then
see,
you
I
had the
seen it.
migration period of the turn of the century when a lot of people came from down south up north to get industrial jobs and stuff like
Do
that.
you know that? Do you know that Mississippi has been rated the poorest state in America for the last 10 years running?
Have you
And
been
right,
to Mississippi?
I have. I had to go do a job there a couple of weeks ago.
I've been to
Worst place.
Mississippi a lot of times. It is fucked up.
Hey, it's people down there who literally don't have running water. It's literally like living in Iraq or some shit like that. It's bad down there. I feel so
That's
bad for them people.
yes, it's, yeah, man.
I don't know how they do it. I really don't understand how they survive down there. Cause like you got whole neighborhoods where people don't have lights, they don't have water, they don't have social services of any kind, and because they got all them Republicans in there, Republicans are cutting off all their services. Cause Republicans don't believe in any kind of welfare. They
No,
cutting all that shit off down there. You got
this
people
is
down there hurting bad. I would have been and got the hell out of there if it was me.
that's why if I was gonna move anywhere, it would be south. You get the most for your money.
Yeah. Like I said, when I left Miami and came here, I noticed that after I paid my bills, I still had money left over. And I was like, wow, this has never happened before.
Yep.
I mean, some place like Chattanooga and Nashville and Memphis and all these little cities here, the big cities in Tennessee, even though they're big cities, they're still cheap compared to other big cities.
Now, how far are you from Memphis?
Uh, about 4 or 5 hours.
Damn. How far are you
Yeah,
from
Memphis,
Nashville?
uh, hour and 40 minutes, mate. That's if you're driving at 90 miles per hour. If you're doing the speed limit, about 2 hours.
Okay.
And if you want to get to Knoxville is also 2 hours from here. And Cleveland, Tennessee, which is like the fourth largest city in the state, it's like 30 minutes from here. I've been to all of them, so I repeatedly go all over the place doing jobs. Like I got a job Tuesday night. I got to drive to Athens, Tennessee, and that's like an hour and a half from here. So I go all over the damn place doing work, and I've seen a lot of places. And when they sent me to do this job in Mississippi, and here's the funny thing, I went to clean the hood system at the casino. You done been to Tunica, where the casino is?
Yeah, I've been there.
That's where I went. I went to do their kitchen. And that's the only place in the whole fucking state that's got any money.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else is broke. It's sad. It's real sad down there, man. Like,
I
it's
did
so...
at Tunica, Mississippi. I went once. I did we were playing craps. I did a 6-point spread where you do 6 different points and make
Yeah.
them. I did it there. Friend
You
of
know,
mine, I won her. She had bet a fire bet on me, and she won like $5,000 off a
damn.
$5 bet. And
That's the only job that I ever done where...
No, but what's so bad is she was mad at me because she thought I had won 5 too, but I didn't bet on myself. I had only bet $1. I bet $1 and won $250 off $1, where she had bet $5 and won $5,000. She said,
Damn.
"You paid for our trip, just right there."
No, that's the only job I've ever done where security literally had to stand there with me while I was working. Because it's a casino, they had a security guard literally follow me everywhere. Even when I went up on the roof to spray the fans, he came up the ladder with me and watched me spray the fans. And, I mean, literally, he opened doors for me, everything, because they have to make sure ain't nobody stealing nothing.
They don't fuck around in the casino, man.
And I wasn't anywhere near any money. I was in the damn kitchen.
No, man, you could be setting up surveillance equipment, anything. They don't take no chances.
Yeah. Oh man, they got so many camera angles in there. Like one table has about 10 different camera angles on it. But then the rest of the state's broke as hell. It's sad. Spend all that money on cameras, but your fucking population poor as shit.
Because everybody's giving the money to the casino.
Oh yeah, and here's something else that's messed up too. The fucking lottery. A lot of people cross state lines to fucking buy money on other lotteries because the Mississippi lottery is so fucking terrible. Nobody's making anything on it, so they come to Tennessee and Georgia to buy lottery tickets because Alabama don't even have a lottery.
Damn.
It's like it's against it's that religious stuff that you know how some states have that religious stuff, religious laws and stuff. Where Alabama has a law against gambling, and that includes lottery or anything.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, because people from Alabama come up to Tennessee and Georgia all the time to buy lottery tickets for the Powerball because you can't buy them. You can't buy them in Alabama.
But they put casinos in Maryland now, and let me tell you, when I was used to going to Atlantic City all the time, something wrong with these daggone slot machines for real. It ain't just because I'm hating because I ain't winning or something.
They're
But
rigged.
it's just that this shit. Thank you.
Machines are
Exactly.
rigged, Carlotta.
They're rigged so the
But they're
casino
worse
will
than the
win.
ones in Atlantic City.
They're rigged. They don't want you leaving with their money. They want you spending money. If a casino is losing money, they ain't doing their job.
That's a known
But
fact.
I ain't never noticed it to be that obvious, though. I mean, the ones here are really obvious.
Think about a
Oh,
slot
yeah.
machine. It's a computer. There's a computer chip that's in it that tells them when to pay out and how much to pay out.
Yep.
And you keep spending. That's why you will spend $1,000 before it gives you $10 back.
Yep.
But see, now
Yep.
they make it so that you can't put the coins and stuff in the machine. See, before you could shock the machine, but this is what we used to do: shock the machine to make the coins real like frozen, like real cold.
Hey, did I tell you guys? Remember? Did I tell you about that? Remember that video I said watch? It's 0 to nothing. That rapper.
Nah, I don't.
Karma.
I don't.
Bad.
I don't remember you. I think you might have, but I forgot.
On a show, it was Yarma Karma, and I told everybody to watch that video. Let me see if I can find his video on YouTube. Basically, it's 0 to nothing is like the name of the song. Okay.
Oh, okay.
0 or something like that. I had sent him a thing. You've never seen that video?
I haven't.
What do you do?
It's called Zero Steady Dropping. That's the name of it. Zero Steady Dropping.
Well, what's the big deal about it? Give us some details.
He's a rapper. Go here. I'm gonna go to the. He made a video here. Here, I'm gonna post a link there. I wish I could post it.
We used to shock them damn machines, though.
Here's the video here. Everybody, go watch this video, please.
Well, I'm on my telephone,
What is
so
it
I gotta
about,
watch it when
Dre?
I get home.
What is it about?
Basically, he's a rapper talking about what's so bad in the song. He just talking about dumb shit in the black community and what shit we need to do. And the rap got a message to it, and it's got a real strong, firm message about what we need to do in the community to help out.
And that's probably why ain't nobody heard it.
Right.
See, that's
We
what
don't want to hear that coon rap on
Right,
lame ass
exactly.
nigga.
I had sent him an email, right?
Uh-huh.
I told him, I said, man, I love your message. I said, there's only one problem. The only thing wrong with your video is this. Ain't enough motherfuckers playing that bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
I told her.
Because it's something positive. That's why. The world is full of negativity right now. Ain't
Please.
nothing that's going to be good winning.
Everybody.
Hey y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you something. Whenever we talk and we don't have one of the quote unquote pro blacks on here, we can actually say something like that without the blowback. Because if we had a pro black on here, you know what they'll say? The very opposite of what we're saying. The fact of the matter is simple. That message is not being heard because he's probably being called lame and a coon and everything else because he's saying the truth about a black community.
And he said, but what's so bad? I told him like what I do and what type of show we have, and he said he would come on the show.
I hope he does, man. That'll be awesome as hell.
Yeah, we need more positive, like, communication out here. You hear so much negativity, and then you match it up with what you see all the time, and it becomes overwhelming on the mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you talk about like fucked up black people, I can go outside right now and see what the hell you talking about, and that shit becomes
Well,
overwhelming.
it's just like, on the show yesterday, it got really damn near impossible to explain to them guys that kept on with the white man this, white man that. It got impossible to explain that black people are responsible for their own plight in a lot of different ways. We can't keep blaming institutional racism for shit that's going on in 2016.
No, you
Because I'm
can't.
sorry, the KKK is not out in force fucking with us.
But
I mean, it's
see, but you
literally
know
us
what?
doing it.
I'm sorry, Matt Blake, but you know what? We want to take the credit for being the first to create this, or do this or do that, right? So that means we the type of people. If history is correct, we could be dropped off in the middle of nowhere and still be able to survive because we are
Well,
that innovative type of people. Now, how
we
is it that if we have that type of history, how you gonna sit up here and talk about the white man fucking you up? Then
Well,
which one
we
is it?
always hear about how we're kings and queens and how we were living in
Right,
golden cities while white people were crawling around in caves. And I always
right.
ask one question when I hear that shit. My question is this: how did they flip it? How did the white people get all the gold and now we the ones broke? If we
Because
so
they wrote this
smart
shit
and
down.
we're so fucking powerful, how did it flip? And
They wrote it down.
I can't get a single pro black to answer that.
Let me tell you something. White people is like this here. We are physical people. Black people are physical. White people are mental. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
basically, they just wrote the shit down, and they have something that like they can make a reference to. They have documentation. They created a way of documenting things. We created a way of doing things, but because they wrote it down and created a written history of things, then therefore all the shit will go their way.
Yep.
It just seemed like, oh, they created this and they did this and they did that. We have no way of proving we did this and we did that.
So we didn't write shit down.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I tell people this all the time, and they get mad when I say it. A lot of
That's
people
where
do,
people fucked up
but
at.
they don't want to hear it. But here's the truth. I told this one guy we was talking about money and wealth and finances and all this and that, and I told him, I said, Kobe Bryant is rich. I said the guy who was writing his check all them years is wealthy. There's a
I
difference
remember you
between rich
saying that.
and wealth. And a lot of black people, they think wealth is the same thing as being rich. It's not. Okay, the guy who gave Kobe Bryant gave LeBron James $100 million. You really think that white man can pay him $100 million if he ain't wealthy? I
Exactly.
mean,
You best to know
it's
he a
impossible.
billionaire.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what black people don't get. We've spent so much time bitching at white folks that we haven't built any generational wealth. We hand down bills to our kids. That's it. We don't
Yeah,
give our kids nothing else. And that's
yeah.
why white folks have the advantage because, like, somebody like Bill Gates, he got enough money to hand it down through 10 generations, and it'll still be left. So we need
That's
to
right.
we need to we need to work on that kind of shit instead of always trying to get other people to come down to our level. Because the fact of the matter is, a lot of pro blacks they don't want blacks to do better. They want white people to come down where we at.
I don't mean no harm. The only people
Tell
that I
everyone.
know that bitch about this shit all the time is motherfuckers that ain't got nothing in the first place.
It's
These are the
What'd you
only
say,
people that I
Andre?
notice
look.
that
You know how
complain.
easy it is to start passing down generational wealth. Get fucking life insurance.
Hell yeah.
KP, I
Hell
remember
yeah.
you saying that. I remember you saying that.
And he 100% right.
He's right.
That's
He
I
right.
mean,
right.
I got one policy. I just had to get another one.
Think about
Well,
it.
I
You work
I
and
had
save
to get
your money.
I had to get one because of the kind of work that I do. Because I'm an independent contractor. I don't get like unemployment payment if I get hurt or something. So when I bought my insurance policy for my job, my business insurance, I got over $10 million of insurance coverage. Period for my
God
business,
damn.
for liability, anything that
Okay.
happens to me, or like if say for instance if I accidentally spray my pressure washer and tear up one of these big pieces of equipment in here, it's completely covered. Or if I fall off the roof,
Okay.
it's completely covered. But I pay for that myself. But I make sure that nothing can, like if I die right now, my kids, between the two of them, would get $4 million to split right now if I died.
Well,
And
don't
that's all
talk
you have
about
to
it
do.
around them, because that's how them, like, a lot of white people, they be talking about how much they children going to inherit and all that old shit. Next thing you know, they ass to come up missing and all kinds of
Oh, them
shit.
niggas are they 9 and 7. They don't even know about it yet.
And well, be nice to them anyway.
G,
Be nice
nah,
to them.
I don't tell them. I don't tell them.
Did anybody in the chat room check that video out at least?
I'm going to check it out. And anybody in the chat room, if anybody spoke to me, I can't see the chat because I'm on my phone, but I love everybody.
I'm gonna watch it
hey.
when I'm gonna watch it when I get home. I'm on my phone, and probably in a few minutes when I start this pressure wash up, I'm gonna get off here because y'all will not be able to hear shit when I turn this thing on.
The pressure wash.
Yeah, I just got done spraying chemicals all over this damn machine and all this shit I gotta clean, and now.
Well, they got it set for a while.
Yeah, what it does is it burns off bio grease. Like anything you cook makes its own grease. Pork, beef, anything makes a certain kind of grease. But we have a chemical that's designed just for food grease.
Okay.
And but it'll burn your damn skin off too, so I have to be real careful with it.
So got acid in it.
Yeah, it's acidic in nature, but it's not totally acid. But put it like this: if you let it get on your skin, don't fucking take a shower. They're not a hot one anyway. You gotta take a cold shower. But you gotta run
cold water on. Okay.
Yeah, I take a cold shower when I get home, and then I take a hot one after that.
Okay. Okay.
Because if I take a hot one first, I'll be a hot tamale jumping around in there all damn morning.
You gonna make it that business for your sons when they get older?
Shit, when they get old enough, they gonna be working it. Shit, that's my plan.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be supervising at that point. But right now, I mean, I like what I do because here's the thing: I don't have a clock to punch. There ain't nobody here but me. I'm in this whole restaurant by myself. All the employees and managers are gone. So I'm here. I work alone. I have nobody bugging me. No overhead. No bullshit.
Your time.
Yeah, and I schedule these jobs myself. I call and I schedule them myself. So I don't have any kind of issues with anything.
That's how my father was.
How often do you go back and do the same restaurant?
Well, this one that I'm in right now, it'll be due again in October.
Okay.
This one is every 2 months. Some of them are every 3. Some of them are every year. Like I did a pizza place a couple of weeks ago. It's once a year because they don't use grease. They just put everything in the oven. But this place right here, it's like this grease is black because they use that char oven.
Oh, okay.
You know that wood burning stuff, and that shit gets black as night. It's nothing else will take this shit off. But hang on a second. I'll actually let y'all can see it. Hold on. Can y'all see that?
Let's play that. Wait a minute. Shoot, I can't see nothing. Let me see.
That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay, I can see. Damn.
Yeah, I have to clean all that off.
So you gotta put that stuff on there and let that set for it to come out.
Yeah, all that
How
stuff.
long it take?
Well, once I start the machine up and start spraying, I'll be done in about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, so I don't have to set long.
No, my machine is 4,000 PSI. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's so strong that even if I didn't use chemical, my machine could peel that stuff off by itself.
Damn.
But the chemical just helps because these people are real picky assholes. And I just like to make sure I do a good job because the fact is, I don't want to lose contracts. The more contracts,
because you know they gonna be wanting to look for something wrong anyway. Because you know how they always think black folks can't do a great job on some shit anyway. You know, a lot of people think that. So you want to do over and beyond. So I can dig that. I can respect that.
Well, it's like I try to tell people: when you work for yourself, you're responsible for everything too. You don't have anybody to blame but yourself. So that's the up and the down of being self-employed.
That's
but
right.
at the same, I just do it for the money. I ain't gonna lie. Like I done 2 restaurants in the last 2 days. I've made a combined $600 for those 2 restaurants. Some people don't make that in 2 weeks.
Right, exactly. And then, like you say, you set your own time. So that's the big thing about it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the big problem with people not really working and maintaining jobs today is the timing. You know what I mean?
Here's
They
one of the
want their day
biggest.
free.
Here's one of the biggest perks, though. I'm finna get some ice out of this ice machine to go drink a bunch of their drink.
I said, you know they got your camera. You better stop playing.
There ain't no cameras here.
So you think?
No, I know. I've been doing Applebee's now for about 3 years. Ain't no
Okay.
cameras. Yeah. They don't care anyway. The manager told me to drink what I want, so I'm finna drink what I want.
I know that's right.
Yeah, it's
As long
hot in
as
here.
that stuff get done, it's all right.
Yeah, fuck them. I had a video where somebody was talking shit about something about you work for the white man, this, that, and the other. So I made a video at work, and at the end of the video, I turned up my Coke, and I was like, I did like this, I said, and I said, you taste that? It tastes like freedom. Boy, I had this dude so motherfucking mad.
People gonna get mad.
He's like, fuck you fucking coon.
That's a hurtful thing. How people do not want people to succeed. They do not want to see other people get ahead, and that is really disappointing to me. I had somebody say some shit to me the other day because I had to get a rental car, right? And like I said, my rental agreement is only for $30, per day. So that's only to rent a car. Me, I still got to drive a truck. See, I can't go from driving a truck all the time to going to a car. So I'm going to pay a couple dollars extra to get me a truck. So
I can't drive my wife's car. I cannot drive my wife's car. I understand how you feel.
It's weird. It just don't feel right. I feel like I'm on a Flintstone, like I'm too down far to the ground or something. Bad enough I'm short as hell. Then I got to be like, no, that's too much. So they gonna sit up there and say to me, you spending up all your money, you stupid. Why you spending up extra money? Why don't you let the insurance pay for this, that, and the third? And they act, this is a man. And it's like, he don't feel as though by me being a black woman, I'm not supposed to have or be able to do something better than what is privileged to me or given or whatever. Like, in other words, if $30 is my limit, then that's all I should do. Like, I shouldn't kick out a couple dollars more to get what I want. You see what I mean? And the thing is, I done had that problem with men all my life, for real. Like, they don't feel as though I should have better.
Here go my rig right here. It's dirty as hell, but it's mine.
No, that's all right. My husband was talking about getting he wanted to get like a pickup truck, and he don't even drive. And I was like, well, what the pickup truck gonna be, pink? Because the only way I'm gonna get a pickup truck is gonna look like a girl truck. And I said, you don't want to be riding around in it looking like that.
You know the only reason I work by myself? Because I have hired 6 different dudes, black dudes who needed jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And all 6 of them tried to steal something from one of these restaurants while they were working with me. Mm-hmm. And that's the exact reason why I'm by myself out here doing this, because I done tried to, the pro-blacks don't understand. Guys like me have actually tried to help these brothers. And when I come in this restaurant, when I come in these people's restaurant, they have to know that their shit's going to be here in the morning when they come back. And when you have guys, because to be honest with you, they too short. And a lot of shit we got to reach here, they can't reach. I mean, like, honestly, I have to go up here and take these filters and shit down. They can't reach up there. That's just too high for them. I'm just being honest. So. Yeah, and they can fall off and kill themselves too.
Oh shit, yeah.
But I tried to hire black dudes because I get hit with the guilt trip all the time. You got a business. You need to try to help your brothers. Whenever I try, they fuck me over by stealing something.
I thought you was going to say by not showing up or coming in or acting like they something hurting on them or something, because that's the problem that my father used to have. My father was a roofer. And he would have a problem where the guys wouldn't because they wasn't coming in to work, or they all of a sudden they hurt their little finger and all this other shit. That's why a lot of people don't like hiring Americans, especially.
I had a guy called Letta. A guy came into an Applebee's with me to help me work. Now we were working all night. We do everything going good. He doing everything I say. We got ready to leave, and I didn't even know this shit. When I took him home, I was getting ready to pull off. He was like, "Wait a minute." He said, "I left something on the trailer." I get out of the truck. This nigga done took like 3 big ass fucking racks of ribs, like
Oh
barbecue ribs. He
no.
done took them out of the restaurant and hid them on my trailer,
Oh
and then
wow.
jumped out of the truck and got him off the trailer when I took him home. I mean, that's the kind of shit people, they know that it's a lot of food and other shit at these restaurants, and they try to come work with me to steal these people's shit. So that's that hits my insurance. Some come up missing, they'll
Wow.
hit my insurance, and my insurance will pay for it, but then my prices go up. So I just decided these niggas ain't worth trying to save.
But it mess up your credibility too. You know, like if them people,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's no.
yeah. I mean,
So
and
they
that's
use
why.
you to get to another. Okay.
Yeah, and I try to tell these pro-blacks every time we talk to these guys, it's real easy to get on here and call me a race traitor or call me a coon or this, that, and
Nah.
the other. But I have
Yeah.
physically tried to help these guys where they have never lifted a finger to help these guys.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what I'm saying. You're absolutely right. A lot of the pro blacks, they talk all that pro black shit, but when it comes down to actually going out into the communities and trying to like motivate or get these people to do something that is positive, that's not what they're doing. They're trying to motivate people to be mad or like, hyped up on some dumb shit. And
or to
that is
hate
not
white people.
progressive.
Yeah,
Right, that's not
it's to hate
progressive.
white people. Yeah, but it's like I try to hire guys who get to the joint because when I was in prison and I got out, nobody would give me a job. The whole
Right,
reason I started this business is because no one would give me a damn chance. So when guys
right.
get out and they good dudes, they just need a leg up. I try to give them a
Hmm.
chance, and they get out and they go right back to their bullshit criminal activity, and it's just a waste of damn energy.
Well, I think the mentality has changed as far as like, how when like maybe 20 years ago, a lot of guys may have done something wrong, got locked up or whatever, did a little time, came out, started working, doing something positive. You know what I'm saying? Like doing what they supposed they had done in the first place. But now it's like a rite of passage. Like a lot of black men are like going to jail, like that's like going to college. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah,
something that they did something great.
yeah, it's what they do now. They don't give a shit that somebody's trying to help
Oh,
them.
I did it
Like,
big. I did it big. It's like the fuck.
well, you get called lame now when you tell them that it's better ways of living. You a lame then. So,
Right.
hey,
And
I
that's the
gotta
problem.
I gotta get off here for a minute. I gotta start this machine up. So I'll get
All
back
right.
on as soon as I'm done spraying, y'all.
All right now.
All right.
Dre,
Yes, I'm here.
wake up.
I went to sleep.
You know where it's like 1,000 people in your other what you call 'em?
No, that's the main hangout. We never closed that one.
Oh, there go Donna. How you doing, Donna?
Oh wow, that was too quick for me. Oh my gosh.
How
Oh
you
hey,
been?
all right. I'm like, okay. Got my old lady specs on. I'm like, that was quick. Okay. I'm doing good. I know you said you couldn't see. I had said hello. I know I can't see because I'm on my phone.
But yeah, I
Well,
said, it's
thank
late
you,
night.
Andre.
They're going
What
down.
It's going good. Thanks a lot. Okay.
I Dre, let me ask you a crazy question.
What's
Do
that?
you ever heard people speak about, I ain't gonna really get into it, but you ever heard people speak on like anything to do with black magic, stuff like that?
What do you mean by black magic?
Like I'm hearing about this stuff like more so now. I'm not interested in it, getting into it, but it's just that there's a lot of people on that little black magic bullshit
Are,
nowadays.
Carlotta, are you speaking in terms of like voodoo? They call it voodoo or?
Like a lot of that little bullshit. It's something bothering me a little bit because somebody said something to me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when I don't have no respect for this person's wife, okay? Because this person tries to make it seem like, oh, this their wife is better than all walks of black.
Uh,
Oh, I don't hear.
she probably dropped off. She been having bad connection.
Oh.
They figure
And
they act like their wife is better than all black women or whatever. And what
Mm-hmm.
has happened how can I say this? Okay, if you talk like high up, like you talk real big about some shit, like you want everybody to act like you want everybody to think that something is so great or whatever. What I'm going to do is research and investigate some shit.
Yeah.
So I can feel comfortable in praising this shit too. You understand what I'm saying? So what I had found out about this person's wife was a whole lot of fuckery, right? But yet still he tried to represent this broad like, you know, she like the epitome of womanhood. And it's like they deal with inner city black children and stuff like that. And it's like you coming across teenage girls and stuff like that. And it's like you representing a phony ass image to these little black girls. And you're not black yourself. I got a problem with that.
Okay.
You got so much dirt in your shit. So what I did when they sat up there and tried to make it seem like, oh, you know, this person is the epitome of womanhood, I'm like, hold up. Let me tell you what's up with your bitch. This, right? Next thing I know, guess what? Open the door to Pandora's box. This nigga hit me in the head with something else. He was like, if you don't give my wife respect, watch what happened to your ass in the next couple days.
Whoa.
Right. And
He
every
never-
time this nigga then got mad at me, something fucked up didn't happen. Just like that car accident, 2 car accident, it's a lot of weird shit, man. I'm telling you. This nigga mad at me anyway because I won't be his little black girlfriend, you know what I'm saying, because I'm married. He's like part black himself. He's like half Asian and half black. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, I won't disrespect my husband to be with him, so by him can't have his way with me. I noticed this in the 3 years I have known this person, everything has been fucked up. Everything.
Don't give him any
Especially
power
anything
like
to
that.
do with Mike. I'm not.
Yeah, don't give him
I'm
any power.
trying like hell. You know, I don't let this person look. He be knowing shit that I ain't even talked to him about. I be looking around my house like, what the fuck? This nigga got like a camera, a communication thing in here, a bug in my house. He be running my information back to me.
You know, now I don't even want to get started, but it's a lot of people into that metaphysical stuff. That's all I got to say.
Right.
Hit it.
And I told him, like, look,
understand
for
what you're
real,
saying.
I will die where I stand. You ain't gonna make me respect shit. You know what I'm saying? Because people that demand respect too much, they don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you can't command that shit without demanding it or expecting it, then I'm not gonna give it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you the type of person, if you admit the fact that, for example, you used to be a drug addict or something, I'll respect the shit out you. But if you sit up here and talk about drug addicts are terrible, they're like really fucked up people in society, and I walk up in your shit and I walk up in your back door and I find out you used to be a goddamn drug addict your damn self, and you sit up here talking shit about everybody else, yeah, alright. See,
Well,
that's the
people
issue
do
that
that.
me and this person had.
This is like homophobe people. They'll talk about nobody discussing homosexuality, but they just constantly keep saying constantly. Like if a guy say or a female say, "Oh, she must be gay," or "He must be gay." I think she wants me, or whatever. And then you find out they had a past like that, or they're into it now.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
It's like you can be against something, talk shit about something, this and the third, but if you have been a part of that something at one time in your life, then keep it real.
Right,
Be
be transparent.
honest.
If you can't help somebody with your, past transgressions,
Exactly.
or what you call it,
You want to tell somebody how to raise their children. You want to tell somebody what they need to be doing with their children, but yet and still, you got a child sitting up in there going, Florida State Penitentiary doing 25 years because of child molestation charges, and your other child on drugs, but yet and still, you know how to raise kids. The fuck?
And like they say, people in glass
How
houses
you
shouldn't
gonna
throw
tell black
stones.
people what to do? That's what I'm saying. That's what I fight against. That's the evil forces, the principalities, and all of that stuff they say in the Bible. That's what I'm fighting up against nowadays. This one damn individual person. Because I have a love and a respect and a care and a concern for my peoples, our black people, to know the right things, to feel, empowered the right way. and not have false sense of entitlements and false sense of self and pretend to be this way and pretend to be that way. When I get around people and I get to speaking to them, I breaks the shit down. I even use myself as an example, you know, of things that I have done that's fucked up in my life. You know what I'm saying? Really, the only fucked up thing I've really ever done was get a DUI in 2006. But I'm just saying, I've gone to jail before. I've done something wrong. But you gonna sit up here and try to, you know what I'm saying, put black children, young adult type black children on the right path by trying to act perfect? You can't do that. I can't let that happen. See, you running into my business right now. My business, when it comes down to the young people and stuff like that, that gets into that messes with my shit. Because that's my area. That's where I keeps it real, 100. And if you're not going to be a part of me keeping it 100, when it comes down to giving these young people this information, this motivation, progression, and being positive and stuff like that, realistically, fuck on up out of here. Get away from me. Get away from my whole group.
I mean, that's why I've gotten older. I can learn to respect you, a person's transparency. When
I can't respect that shit.
Sometimes I think I'm too transparent for some people. So you can't really say nothing to me about something like this unless you done lived it or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially like you said, when you find out other than that you're going through this, instead of speaking from your experiences, sometimes we can't help how our children end up.
But I'm saying, you're going down somebody when here it is, you did worse shit than they did. And you're going to talk, you're going to be like, oh my God, that's just disgusting. Oh my goodness. Well, you need to pray on what you did. You know, like, God's going to, like, be mad at you and all this shit. It's like, bitch, you was out here, like, sucking dinglings and shit for a living, hoe. You ain't let motherfuckers know that shit, huh? You got a little piece of paper, now all of a sudden you acting like you brand new.
A lot of older people get older. They think you're there yesterday, and then they'll down younger people. I got a problem with that, because I'm like, what did you do when you were 16? You know?
That's what's happening.
So stop downing because they got to get their feet wet, you know?
That's what's happening. That's the problem where the beef came from, because somebody had made a statement about these young girls, like young black girls out here having children at a young age, and it's like, hold up, bruh. Your girl she had 2 babies by the time she 18 years old, but yet still Asian people supposed to be so walk a tight line and so educated and doing the right thing and this, that, and the third. This bitch was like a stereotypical black girl for real. And then on top of that, you had 2 half-black kids. Oh, but then when the nigga didn't want you no more, you threw them kids to the fucking side.
Right.
And they're going to act like you by yourself.
Some of them babies was slaughtered a long time ago in an abortion clinic. They didn't get to see the light of day. That's why you don't have no children and so forth in your team. I'm not saying you know what I'm saying, how people, I know people like that, especially some women. Like, you were at the abortion clinic when you was 13, 14, and 15 while you're down on these people having babies.
True. But I'm saying one thing I can say about white women, right? A lot of times when they have children by a black man and the relationship don't work out, they still be dealing with their child. They still have their little child with them. You know what I'm saying? You see them like taking them to the store or taking them to school. They still being a mother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nah, they don't sit up there and be like, oh, me and this black man that I thought was going to take care of me because he got little military benefits and shit. Oh, because me and him ain't together now. Fuck them kids. And that's what this bitch attitude was. And see, this nigga thought that I didn't know nothing about it because they come from all the way across the damn nation. See, my behind is in Maryland, but these people come from California. So they didn't think I could find out shit like that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And that's some deep, cruddy ass shit. You gonna come all the way over here and try to represent this image like, oh, we're like perfect. Nah, don't do that, bruh.
And skeletons fell out the closet, huh?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Don't make a mockery of my peoples. I feel like black people, especially young black people, are misguided and misled enough. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Don't sit up here and, you know, give them a false sense of bullshit.
Okay.
If you was a teenage mom, then you should put yourself in a position of being able to relate. Like if a little girl come up to you, she 15, 16, she got a baby, then you should be able to talk to her, be like, you know what, this is what you should do because I was a mother at this age, this, that, and the third. Okay, I respect you for that. But don't sit up there and try to down somebody Here it is. You can sit up. You want to sit around and do that shit because you think your ass all the way from California. You think no motherfuckers in Baltimore know your shit. I don't like that.
I feel you. Yep.
Now
It's
let's say
funny you
this
say
nigga want
that.
to play fucking
It's
Miss
funny you
Cleo
talk
and
about
shit.
Yeah. It's ironic you're saying this tonight or this morning. You
Like I
already know.
told, I'm like, look, for real, I know that's what you up to, and I know that's what you into, and a lot of people be wanting to be into like that little do dirty black magic shit because evil works faster than if you're a good person. You're a good person. Somebody do something fucked up to you, nothing gonna happen to them for like a long ass time. Cause you're a
Yeah.
good person. But if you're an evil ass person, you can make something happen to that motherfucker like the next day. So it's like, oh, okay, I see why you like really into your little evil shit. But I'm like, look, check this. Do what you gotta do. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done
Mhm.
enough good shit in my life to where as though I can go to day tomorrow, ain't no goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna bother me. But I'll be damned if I respect anybody that ain't on their right shit for real. Damn that. And with his biggest fear is that I'm gonna run that shit because we kind of deal with the same circle of professionalism, you know, as far as people in the educational profession. You understand? And he's
Yeah.
scared as shit that I'm gonna run that shit out to everybody. I ain't gonna
Wow.
say nothing.
Wow.
I ain't planning on saying nothing because I don't do that. I'ma just let you know I know some shit, but I'm not gonna let everybody else. You
I
know, if
ran
we're in
into
the same
somebody like that
circles, I
one
wouldn't do
time.
that to you.
Yeah,
I
he
just
was
let
trying to
you
get
know.
that too. And he was talking about how's your husband and this and that. And did your husband fall asleep behind the wheel? I'm like, no. Then I asked my husband. He said, yeah, I do sometimes. And then he said he was like snickering, like he needs to be careful. And my husband had an accident that same day.
Girl, oh my God, that's what
Okay.
this fool did to me. Oh my God, listen,
Okay.
it was June the 13th. Listen, June the 13th, 2014, right? That's
Yeah.
when my husband had that almost fatal ass accident when he fell off the damn roof. And that day, he asked me, matter of fact, that day was a Friday the 13th, girl. And he said
Mm,
to me, I'm sure your husband's gonna be getting off of work early today. I said, why you
mm.
say something like that? And he was like, I don't know, maybe it might be too hot or something. Next thing I know, girl, my husband's boss called me about around 12:30 and told me said they had picked him up, took him to the ambulance, took him to the hospital because he took himself.
It's a price to pay though for that kind of stuff. It's, some people call it
Hell yeah!
karma, or you get it back. Because I've done a lot of reading on a lot of different
But the
subjects.
scary
Whether I
thing
get to,
is, you got motherfuckers that do that shit that really don't care about their own life.
but you know, if
That's
you
what
read
make
and
them
research,
more evil.
have you
They
ever
don't
heard
even
like
care about their own self.
your
Go ahead, I'm
witches and
sorry.
warlocks even say if you're gonna do that stuff, make sure you really mean it. Because they said something about a 3 time, something kind of I don't know,
You get it
something
back
about you're gonna get it
tenfold
back.
or threefold
Yeah,
or something like
they'll get
that.
it back.
Yeah.
So if you do that real wicked stuff, they're like, just know if it
But see, this
go
is
through, you're
somebody
gonna
that
pay.
knows that.
You're gonna
They
pay.
know that. They don't care.
So
They
what do you
don't
think they?
care.
You know, you think they're
They
like
don't care.
they're untouchable. They think
Motherfucker told me,
if you.
said, because I was looking for this job to call me. And he
Mm,
said, he called me about around 7 o'clock in the morning one morning. And he said, you going to get a call about around 8:30. He said, that's the call you've been waiting on.
what a
And
way
sure
to
enough,
impress a
that's what it
lady.
was.
He
That's
was
what it was.
wow.
He was freaking my fucking nerves out and shit. All because I wouldn't mess with him and give up my lifestyle and the person that I'm with. And he done made it so that this man done damn near killed himself. You know what I'm saying? And that shit scared the shit out of me for real. Cause that was no joke. That was nothing. I mean, my husband has always been a person that could work well in the type of work he do, this and the third. But by that being on a Friday the 13th, that was just so coincidental.
Wow.
You know, and I was
Mm.
like, you know, really, I mean, I done prayed on it and stuff, and it just seemed like, you know, I don't know. I
But
mean,
think
it
about it.
ain't
Your husband
bothering me,
didn't
but
die.
it's
He didn't
like,
perish. He didn't perish. He's still here.
that's what I'm saying, but I don't want nothing to get fucked with around me. It's like if something gonna be a problem, then let it just be a problem to me. I don't like nothing to affect nobody around me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's when the rules of engagement is a little, you know, you doing too much. Cause it's like, you know, we don't deal with the civilians. This war is between me and you. You sitting up here fucking with everybody around. And then the worst thing that happened was the beginning of the ship. when my mama died. Now that shit was real freaking crazy, girl. My mother was in, let me tell you, me and my mother got the same doctor. I went to the doctors the month after my mother passed away. My mother's doctor was like in shock because he was like, there was nothing wrong with your mom. He said she came to see me a month before. He said her blood pressure was fine, diabetes was fine, and she didn't have no heart problems, but yet still she died from a massive heart attack. And wait a minute, a week before my mother passed away, this nigga gonna say to me, you need to start going to see your mother more.
What?
And I was like, what you got to do with that? You know what I'm saying? Why is that your business? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I'm just telling you, you need to go see your mother more than what you do. Because you never know. And that's what he said to me. Be saying
And he
little
said it
sweet
like
shit
an
like
evil
that.
type way or just a concern.
Next thing
You
I
know,
just now he said it just like that. He says things in a way like he cared and he concerned about it, but he's not. That's the
he doing them Jedi
manipulation
mind
part.
games with you. Like it's like I won't come out and just say it all the way, but this will give you
Right,
something to
it's
think
like to
about.
say
Like I got this
I'm
power
gonna
over
give
you.
you money to help you with something, but it's like so like for example, they gave me some money to get me a new tire, but then my car get in an accident. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna look like he got something to do with it, like on some black magic shit, because it's like, oh, this motherfucker helped me with. You see what I mean? This is the shit that he be doing. And then the day that my mother passed away, you know what I'm saying? It was weird because my mother, she called me. She said, I need you to come over here. My mother was like 7 blocks from the hospital. And she was like, I don't feel good. I'm all the way across town. And I have tendonitis sometimes with my ankles, the back of my ankles swell up real bad. So I was like, Mom, I said, I'm on my way. I said, but you got to understand, I'm not feeling too good myself. And she was like, just started getting in an argument with me, got mad with me. Next thing you know, 20 minutes later, her neighbor called and said they was taking her in the ambulance. When I got to the hospital, my mom was gone.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
All right.
That junk was crazy.
I'll be back, guys.
Okay.
All right,
Hey,
sweetie.
Carla, you've been around on this. Have this subject ever come up before, like as a topic of the occult or do people
No,
believe
ain't
or not?
nobody. That's one thing about black people. They will never get on that shit. Like, that's the strangest thing I've ever noticed about coming up, even, coming up as a child, being around other black people. Black people real religious and this, that, and the third. They don't never want to talk about that bullshit. Because then it's like, oh, nah, like, ooh, noodoo, you got to believe in the Lord, da, 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 da. But see, in the Bible, it say, have knowledge of all things. It ain't say you got to know detail of everything, but it just say have knowledge. Like,
Right.
I'm glad I know a little bit, a little something, something about a little something, something. Because can you imagine what would go down with me if I didn't?
Right.
Girl,
I
I'd be
understand
all
what you
fucked up. If I didn't know that this shit exists or people were able to, conjure these things and, create these problems and stuff like that. You don't bring it to you because you believe in it. It's actual documentation out there that says you could be somebody to go to church every day, pray every day, be washed in the blood of Jesus and all of that, and shit can still fuck with you. Dead
Yeah.
serious.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
So it's like, it's not like, oh, I'm walking around believing this and then believing that. It's like, I feel like this. I've been blessed where I'm able to recognize or detect the shit, but
Yes.
I'm not able to do anything about it. And then there's another issue, a component to the fact that my father's side, which I'm not talking about 4th, 5th, 8th generation Native American. I'm talking about 1st generation Native American people.
Oh,
On
Indians are
his side of
very
the family,
spiritual. Well,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? They
Yeah.
believe in, like my grandmother, she's still alive. And it's like my grandmother, she can speak to spirits and shit. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
they're very spiritual.
The thing
My
is,
mom on her side, they're very spiritual people.
they did not, that's why my father didn't have me raised up down North Carolina around my people, it's my father's
Ooh,
people.
over there around that
Because
Geechee
he
over there,
didn't
South
want me
Carolina,
to
wait,
learn,
it's a lot of
right.
Indians.
He did
Yeah.
not want me to learn the shit. He just wanted me to be able to detect it, but not learn it, because he probably knew that when some shit go down, I'm about ready to get it popping. And he didn't want me to go into that way of life because it can
He probably had
backfire
a
on
gift
you.
too. It sounded like he might have had
He
a
did.
gift.
The first
Well, the
children, it's
grandmother.
like this. The first
Mhm.
girl and the first boy child born to this line, my grandmother, this is not lying to you. It's like the first girl child and the first boy child, they're the ones that have that little special shit happening. Like my cousin,
Mhm.
my father's sister, her son, she got two sons, and they special, if you know what I mean. And
I know what you're
their
saying.
sons, their little children are special. My kids, I noticed. My son can
Mhm.
tell you who's on the phone. When he hear the phone ringing when he was a
Oh
little
my.
boy, he can tell you who it is before you pick it up.
You know, that's why I don't give out, like I said, my son's information or his name. But
Right.
yes, he is a pastor and he's a prophet and he's
My
well known.
daughters are like
And
that
people don't
too.
understand. Yeah, and it was like my mother was like that, but she didn't really run with it. She didn't carry it towards
Right,
a
right.
household. Like, I know where you've been. You just, she could just tell you point blank, bam, bam, bam. Me,
Mm-hmm.
I just like lay low with it, but it helps.
Mm-hmm.
So believe me, I feel you on everything you're saying.
But I'm
Believe me, I
saying
really feel you
the
on what
freaked
you're
up thing
saying.
is it's hard as shit to really be around anybody when you
Some would
are
say we're
like this.
crazy. They would say we're crazy or
They
whatever. I
yes,
feel you. I know
yes.
exactly what you're saying. But when I
That's why I
say
don't
that,
even be around
believe
people.
me, believe me, believe me, I know.
That's why I don't
Believe
even
me.
like really fuck with nobody. I always say to myself because it's like
You
my
wish it
way
would
of
turn off. Don't you wish
thinking.
it would turn off sometime? Don't you wish it would turn like
I
the frequency,
wish
like a radio?
sometimes,
You'd be like,
but then I'm
can you
like, it's
please
a
turn it
gift.
down? I'm tired of hearing and seeing this. But if
Right.
you share it with others,
But it's a
or you're
gift.
crazy, but when you tell them something, it spooks them and they leave you alone. But you
That's what I'm
sounds crazy.
saying.
You sounds
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying. And it's like, and the
That's why
thing is with
I
that
have to
is,
watch my mouth sometimes when I say things to certain
right,
people or go back and say, I wish I hadn't
right.
said to that person.
And that's
Because if it
another thing
happened,
I got wrong with me. I can't,
then they'll say
once
I'm a
I get
witch.
on a
You're a
roll,
witch.
once I get on a roll and I start like if you start getting on me about some shit,
You'll
it's
get
like I
angry
don't
and
know
call out
where
a
it
whole
come
lot of stuff
from.
and don't even know me and never met
Hell
me in
yeah.
person.
Hell
I
yeah.
told you
It's
I
like
feel you,
it's no
Carlotta.
way in
I
hell
feel
I could have
you.
found that out.
Carlotta, I feel you. I feel you. And you know what's funny? Other people, whether they believe or not, they can feel it sometimes too, and they'll avoid you.
Yes.
They will
I've
avoid you.
had that.
Because they say it's just something about you. I just feel like,
Mhm.
man, I could tell you some things. But my son, all I
I
got to
know.
say is, I tell them
We
just don't pimp
live.
it.
I
My
can't say
thing
too
is,
much about that, but
right, but I tell them don't pimp it. Do not pimp
right.
it.
And you can't make
Because he's
money off
grown.
of it.
Yeah,
You
he doesn't
can't make
say.
money off of it.
But guess what? He encounters a lot of problems that people that want to be up under it, and
Right.
he tell you right off.
Mhm.
And if he was on the other side, like people say, oh, he's clairvoyant or this and that, or he's crazy, he's hearing voice. No, he be on
Mm-mm.
point. He can give you a phone number, address,
That's what
all
I'm
that,
saying.
name, and tell me. He told me about this right here. He told me I should
Right. See?
a week and a half ago, and I said, what are you
Right.
talking about? He said, well, I just saw this and that, and I really you shouldn't even waste your time with this and that. I'm like, get you some business. But I'm used to him. I'm used to him.
Right.
But I love it though too because he do give me a lot of warnings. If
It's
you have to
a gift.
confirm,
It's like a gift. Like you could wish. I put it this way. Sometimes I do find myself wishing I didn't know things I know. You understand what I'm saying? But then I said, no, let me stop saying that because it has been more helpful to me than it has been more damaging to me. I didn't get a chance to, get involved with certain dudes that wasn't no good and this, that, and the third because of the intuition, the high intuition that I had. A lot of shit that other black women really kind of experienced, I did.
but tell
Because
me this:
I
when you were
wasn't
forced
trying
to
to act like I
issue,
was all listening at you good. It was just
right.
that some shit ain't right. You know what
But
I'm
when you
saying? And
forced
I
to
just
issue and
diverted
you
it.
try to test the water sometimes, and you say, "Dang,
Yeah,
I should have went
yeah.
on with it.
And when
Why
I
did I
went
do it?
against
I
it,
was warned.
when I
I
went
was warned.
against it, when I went against it, that's when all hell broke loose. Like when
Yep.
I know instinctively not to do some shit and I do it anyway, oh girl, I catch hell like I don't know what.
Yeah.
And half the time I go against my own intuition because out of curiosity. I just want to see what's gonna happen.
Did you ever feel
But
like
I
growing
catch
up
hell
that you
like shit.
couldn't do nothing, and you wish that like why do other people get away with things, and when you try it, you couldn't? You ever felt
And
like that?
ain't nobody keeping me from doing shit. That's the
Right.
funny part.
Oh, it is somebody, but like
Oh,
they
it's
say, you
God.
We don't talk
It's
about
God.
religion and politics because people. That's the biggest. That's the
Exactly.
biggest cue to the biggest arguments with humans.
Exactly. It's
So
like I watch you go head on and smoke a cigarette or something, do something fucked up or whatever, but me, I won't do it. And it ain't because somebody told me not to do it. It's just something in me is like, nah, I don't do that shit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
I
then
know.
it's like you said, like you say, if you go head on and it's put it this way, you could go head on and you know how black people holler about work the system? Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, we could go down there to that place and get the gas and electric, get some
right,
help with the gas and electric, the water bill,
right.
and this, that. All you gotta do is tell them this, that, and the third, and yeah, that shit gonna work out. Girl, I try to do that shit, hell no. If
Oh,
anything, they put my ass on a
I'm
list and say I
telling
can't
you,
get a goddamn thing for 10 years.
the feds will be at my door,
Right, exactly. You know, I
and that'll be my
cannot do
first
that
time.
black
Like,
people shit.
I just stole a peppermint. The feds, they about to get me, but I was warned. But they do it, and they go to their graves, sliding by, doing
That's what
whatever
I'm
they want.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But I could not do this shit. And I used to sit back and wonder, like, I don't feel like I'm all this
Because
and that.
it's so
It's like,
long.
why do I get beat up or punished, like, in a spiritual sense? Like, why do I get a beating quick as shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could
Yeah,
get in trouble for something hella fast than anybody. I
I'm
could
gonna
do
I'm, I'm gonna
something
say this.
sneaky in the dark and that shit'll come out to the light like bow. Like it ain't meant for me to do bad shit.
Everybody don't understand this, but I know you do. You have a calling, and that's all I'm gonna say.
I know. And I'm on
Mm.
the fence. And
So
I've
you
been
know,
on the fence
feel
for
me?
the longest time.
Yep. And
And
he
that's
keep
why
on.
my shit ain't acting right half the time.
But guess what? You don't perish. You don't die.
Mm-mm.
And the stuff
Mm-mm.
that go down. Me too. I got
Mm-mm.
I totaled my car in November. The car looked like a giant stepped on it.
Mm-hmm.
I walked up out of there without. They thought I was dead because 2 people died. It was on the news. I didn't
Oh
kill the
yeah,
people.
you
The
didn't
people
tell
in
me
front of me
about
killed.
this.
Yeah, and so it's like I don't even see the scar no more on my thumb. The point is that was a wake up call right there.
I've been in
And I
two
promise so
accidents in
much.
2 months.
Guess what? I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't kept all them promises. I
You know what
haven't.
I'm saying? That's the
I haven't
problem
kept
I
them.
have. I know damn well I'm supposed to, like, seriously, like you said, when you got a calling, you got that, like, a gift of discernment, you supposed to follow that positive pathway. But me, I be deviating. You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, it come all hell break loose. It's like the protection thing gets snatched up off my ass. This is why other stuff is able to really fuck with me like that. Because I know I'm
Right.
supposed to do something else. But
And I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
keep
keep
it
on
real.
doing this whole other thing. That's why God said, okay, I'm gonna let you keep getting messed with. Cause
I
you
try
ain't
to say he
listening.
don't exist because I even had a discussion on here when I first. Who was that? I don't know who it was. It might have been MB. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I do question some things because he was saying,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, 'cause he's the atheist. I said there's questions, but in a way, that's the way I do believe. But it's just like it's still. I can't even put it into
God is the
words.
Alpha and
I can't put.
Omega.
I can't put it into words, darling, but I think you feel me.
I believe it. I
Like
believe in the Lord, and I believe in the fact that, you know, if you don't adhere, and like you say, if you don't adhere to that intuition or that calling, that inner voice that you have that's telling you to go a better way, and you want to keep doing that little bad shit, then you wonder why your life is all kind of jammed up and retarded. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I do understand.
yeah,
And because I understand, that's why shit keep fucking up. If I did not know or did not understand, then guess what? I be one of them people that everybody look out for. You ever seen them people that they be like drug addict or
mm,
like they steal or be in and out of jail, and motherfuckers be like helping them out all the time and shit,
my
giving them
nephew.
money all the time, doing everything in the world for them and shit, and they don't
My,
do nothing back that's good for them people. You know why? Because they don't know that path. They don't know that right way. They don't have that inner calling in them.
my
So God
nephew.
looks out for
Don't.
them.
Yep,
He
he
look
made
out for
the
them. They the
news.
fools.
Yep.
They the
Last.
fools.
Yep, he been
But
in and
people
out
like
of
us, we
prison.
know better. We
Yep,
know
and
better.
he ain't supposed to get out to what 2000. The last time he wasn't supposed to get out to 2038. The doors
Mm-hmm.
open for him from the governor we
Yeah.
had, and when he
Mm-hmm.
made the news, he never made the news. It was so sad to read the websites of the different channels here that was talking about he's an animal, this and that. Especially when you know, but I
Mm-hmm.
know why he acted the way he did because of his upbringing
Mm-hmm.
and his
Mm-hmm.
surroundings. And so it's
Mhm.
like, I'm not making an excuse for him, but it's like,
Right.
but he did do wrong, so he got to pay. But guess what? He'll end up getting out again. He's not going to die in prison
Right. But see, that's what I'm
because he
saying.
have
But
not
that's what I'm,
answered to. I'm not trying
go
to be
ahead.
hypocritical, but he got that same thing on him as well, and he know it. But he escaped through the way he do things. He's
Right.
all entangled, but some of it is due to his childhood. I mean, I know for a
A
fact
lot of it
it
is,
is.
and let me tell you
It
something.
is.
The thing is, somewhere, okay, like in my upbringing, like I was like left to myself a lot. Like my mother was like a single parent half the time, but it
Okay.
was like I was left to my own devices all the time. So I could have got into a barrage of shit. You know what I mean? But like I
Mhm.
said, intuition, the intuitivity that I have is like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do this. And it ain't the fact that she had to be like, don't do this, or I'm gonna threaten you, or I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm gonna beat you. She had to do none of that shit. It was just something that was already pre-programmed in my ass to just be a certain way. So to make the long story short, um, I grew up around people that had that positive way as well, but
Yeah.
really didn't speak on it. They were more like I followed their actions. So I have no choice but to know. In other words, you, the type of person you are, and the type of person your son and my kids and stuff, we know
Yes.
better. We didn't know better people. This is why we get in trouble quick. If we do something or something wrong, we decide to do something we ain't got nobody to do, because we know better.
But I don't understand. Like to my son, it's like the role reverse. It's like he's my parent in a way. I'd be like, I can't be like you though, and he be getting like, but
Because
it's
he's
funny.
an
I said,
advanced
Your mom.
version of you. He's an
He can do
advanced
a
version.
lot of stuff, but it's like he say mine wasn't easy, this and this and that, and he don't try to put nobody down or look down.
Mm-mm.
He's very it's stuff I learned I said, when did he do this? He's very transparent, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, when was this going on? He
But
did what?
sometimes it's a generational skip too. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Sometimes it could go from like, so like it's your mom that was real intuitive, then you
Yes.
may get it a little bit, then your child comes along and gets it a lot, like the mother, the grandmother. So sometimes it's a generational skip. We
My
have that in
grandmother
our
didn't want
family
no
too.
parts of it. She said it was evil, so she didn't want no parts of it. She didn't. I believe she had a gift, but she didn't. She thought that was evil, so
She
she
might have
didn't.
denounced it because a lot of people don't understand the difference of discernment and something being evil. You
Because I
get what
think
I'm
she
saying?
was into the Bible. She was saved and sanctified, and supposedly filled with the Holy Ghost. But I think that scripture, and I can't tell you where it is, but the scripture when the little girl was following one of the apostles, and she was just calling things out, and people were
Oh
paying
yeah,
her.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And a lot of
yeah.
Christians, they get that like, oh, well, you do that, you're a witch. You're not.
But
That's
they
evil.
said that was a bad thing
And she
because
really
there
had
was
like a
something telling the
yeah,
child, was a
right.
spirit telling the child to say these things
Right.
to that
And people get
apostle.
it misconstrued a lot of times, Like my son, like it's like I did him like I was there, like, okay, he gotta get okay, But that was funny. Me and my husband was talking about that the other night and was like talking about how he was. And
Mhm.
he just reminded me of me, so be a male. And it's just that he
Mhm.
went forth and he's doing what he's supposed to do. And like I
Right.
said, my thing is like by him being the only child, I said just don't stray the path. If
And
something
that's
happened to
another
you,
thing. He an only
don't
child
let it
too,
go.
just like me. I'm an only child.
My mother was
It's,
one too. Yeah.
see, maybe that's just, you know what? Maybe it's something that's like giving a little extra, when it comes down to only children, because of the fact that we really don't have, other siblings or people that are really, your parents, they gotta work, you know what I'm saying, or be
Yeah.
doing other things. So we need that little extra something to keep us, situated, I guess. Maybe that's
I
why
think
people that are the only children get that little extra something. Because I know other only children, they got the same type of way about them.
I felt like the only child because my mother, she had me going through the change of life. So I have a brother that's old enough to be my father. I have nieces and nephews older than me, and I'm 52 going on
Oh.
53. Imagine that. And so
So
I wasn't supposed to be here, supposedly.
those children are special too. The
Yeah,
change your life babies, they
oh
special
yeah,
too.
yeah. So it's just,
That's always been a known fact.
yeah.
Not trying to like flatter you or nothing. It's just
No,
a
I know what
freaking fact. It's the honest to goodness fact. It's like
everybody was
change your
so much
life
older.
babies,
Yeah,
only
it was so much.
children,
Yeah.
and children born with veil. When they say children are born with a veil over their face,
My mother
that's
was, she
that's
was born with one. And my grandmother told him, because back in those days, you have the babies in your mother's bed, because they didn't have no, hospitals and stuff. Well, at least my mother was born in
They had home
1918.
births.
Do the math. 1918, I'm born in 63. I don't lie about my age. She was born in her
Right.
grandmother's bed. She was the first grandchild. When my grandmother pushed her out, she had a bell. My grandmother said, "Burn it up now. Burn it. Burn it."
Yeah, they have to take it,
And that's
break the baby out. That means the baby is still in its in the placenta. The child is still in that little sack.
But that old
It didn't
wise
pop the
tale and
sack.
that what they grew up on is like, oh my God, the baby's gonna be born with those gifts, or like she thought a
Yes,
witch or something. So she said,
but
burn
they
it, burn
say
it.
that it's not witchery, but it is born with an extra little something, something.
Have you heard of that people, a lot of them, they would embrace it and they would save the child, so-called veil, and they would save it. It could be old and withered and dry, but they'll keep it.
A
I
lot of
used to hear
people
about
from
that.
other countries do that. They're
Yeah.
like in the islands and stuff, and like Spanish countries. I heard
But
a lot of them do
she
that.
was like Creole mix,
Africa
like
too.
Indian Creole type.
Oh,
She
well,
was
there
on
you
that
go.
water. So that's where all that other stuff come from. And we don't want
There
to
you
talk
go.
about on my dad's side, but his family, like back in those days, they didn't embrace him marrying a black woman. Even though she really didn't
Right.
look black, but they didn't embrace that. Times have changed. So,
That's what happened with my grandmother.
yeah.
Cause my grandmother, they consider my grandmother to be like, like come from like, okay, my grandfather, his family was black. Black people, they had money, and they didn't
Okay.
like my grandmother because my grandmother came from Hancock County, which is like up in the mountains of Tennessee, between Tennessee and North Carolina. So they looked at her like she's some old poor ass mountain country girl. And
Mm-hmm.
they felt as though she wasn't good enough for my grandfather, even though she's pretty as I don't know what. But she wasn't good enough for him. They felt as though. So therefore, um, they just, I think, kind of cursed her in a way because all her sons that was by my grandfather died. They were killed. Except for my
Wow.
father. My father died from like strokes. He had like 4 strokes back to back to back. And he died basically suffering. But the other children, the other boys, one of them got killed. His body was never found. The other one, he got killed on Memorial Day because he was trying to fight this guy. He was trying to defend his friend, and the guy like turned around and stabbed him in the heart. And then my other uncle, he got hit by a car, and he
Oh,
got
wow.
killed that way. So it's like what happened was my grandfather's family didn't like her in the first place, didn't like her being with him in the first place. Make a long story short, my father, which I found out in 2009, which is the oldest child, he was the oldest child out of 9 children. In 1968, my grandfather was killed. And I was always told that my grandmother killed my grandfather because
Okay.
he was like beating on us, and she took a shotgun and shot him and killed him. So,
Okay.
but I didn't find out until my father died in 2009 the truth. And the truth was my father killed my grandfather.
Wow.
And my grandmother got my father out of North Carolina because at that point they was living in North Carolina. She got him out of North Carolina and got him up to Baltimore and basically took the charge, self-defense. But the problem was my grandfather had money and he was taking care of his family. His other side of his family, like his mom, dad, they brothers, sisters, and all of them niggas. So what ended up happening when my father killed him, that money stopped. Next thing you
Okay.
know, here come the curse.
Okay.
Yeah, you get it?
I get it.
So once that money stopped flowing, it's like all my grandmother's sons got killed, except for my father, the one that was made to suffer the most. Everybody else was like killed immediately. But my father, he was made to suffer.
Okay. That's wow. That's deep. But is it like what is they
That's
call a
why my father
generational
never,
bloodline
there's
curse or
another,
something?
huh?
Is that like what people say that's a generational bloodline curse? Do you
It's
think
a
it's something like that?
generational curse, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, like, nay, y'all tell me. And the thing was, My mother didn't even know. You know, my mother, I had told my mom about it, but it was like from the day one. It's like I wasn't supposed to be associated with nothing to do with my father. My mother didn't even know about that situation, but for some strange reason, she, I knew, put it this way, my father was in my life from the day I was born. He just lived in another state. But I always had contact with him when he would come up here to Baltimore, whatever the case may be. But my father was never on my birth certificate. And I asked my mother, why didn't you put my father on my birth certificate? She was like, well, because I was married with him at the time. I found out that I have a brother that is 3 months younger than me. Okay? So I asked my mother, I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm going to give her a pass if she admit this shit. Um, was you mad because you made her found out that my father had another girl pregnant? No. And I'm like, after that, I was mad with my mother for all that time because she never told me, how you going to be petty and be telling me you didn't put my father's name on the birth certificate because you was mad at him? Okay, guess what? How about I didn't find out what that was about until after she died? My mother's cousin tells me, which I didn't ask her, but she started telling me a lot of shit. She was like, your father took him, he beat your mother up. He put his hands on your mother. Um, July the 4th, Independence Day, because your mother wanted to go and see the fireworks or something, and he told her that he didn't want her to go nowhere. He had been drinking or whatever. You know how them Southern niggas is. So he had been drinking, and he told her she wasn't going nowhere. This and the third. So he took and hit her, or beat her or something, and my mom's cousin was like, that's why you were born on the 5th. And my mother always did tell me, she said, you was due July 23rd, you just came early. She would always just tell me I just came early. But her cousin ends up telling me why I came early. Because my father and my mother, and I was born C-section. So I was in, like, trauma or some shit.
Okay.
So I'm like, now I see why she was mad at him. But why didn't she tell me that? You know why? Because she didn't want me to have, like, you know, I guess acting different or be hating on my dad or something.
Yes.
Like, if I'd have known that my father beat my mother or hit my mother or something, you know what I'm saying? I probably would have felt hella different about him. But she never made me feel bad about him or nothing like that. She would always just say, oh, I was mad at him and that was it. I didn't know that he like beat her up to where as though it made me show up all early.
Wow.
So it's like, damn, it's like everybody gone, but it's only one person that held all this shit all this damn time, and then that's when I get to know everything. Cause all my life I'm 44 years old, and I ain't know nothing about none of this shit until recently. And like I say, my mom passed away this year, and that's when I found out a lot of shit. But all these damn people, because when I was born, everybody was old. It's like I was born into an old family. It's like really nobody had kids and shit. It's like people hated kids or something. But they were all like kind of like educators. So it was more like they were on some old bougie black people stuff more than anything. So it's weird. It's a weird life. Hey, Cynthia.
Yo, what it do?
Ain't doing too much. What it
I
doing
mean,
for you?
barbecue ribs, my baby.
Huh?
Barbecue ribs.
You know what? You always smashing on something good, for real. Every time I get a chance to be up on here, you always got something happening. Last time you had some, what was it? Stuffing and macaroni and cheese and all this old good food. I'm like, damn, where you live at? You be getting that kind of food this late at night.
I gotta eat good. I'm up north. I'm in Detroit.
Oh yeah, you way up north, 'cause here in Maryland, you know, we ain't got nothing happening. You know, it's like everything pretty much closed, or it's like bullshit ass food. We don't get no like good food like that, especially this late.
Yeah, you in Crime City, baby.
Yeah, I know. I'm scared as hell to come to Detroit. I ain't gonna lie, just based on what they say about it. I used to feel like that about New York, but I don't like New York for the simple fact it's too many people. You know, to
Right.
me, downtown looks like a big ass Baltimore to me, but I don't care for New York too much. It's too many people, it's too many cars. You know, it's just too much going on. It's overwhelming. You know,
Mhm.
so I mean, I've been up there a couple times. You know, I like the fact that you can get like a lot of shit for a little bit of money. You know, but other than that, I ain't feeling that too much. And then Detroit, they just like when they used to show parts of Africa, like the World Vision shit back in the day, where they show you all the fucked up part of Africa, but they don't never show you the part where it look nice,
Mhm.
like civilized. Okay, that's what they do to Detroit. Every time I see images of Detroit, they always make it seem like it's some bombed out place or something. And I'm like, yo, how the hell people be living up there right there though? It's like Detroit was so historically, about it, like on point. Like y'all had Motown and
Big
shit. It's
difference.
like, how the fuck do you let Detroit mess up like that? Like Detroit is part of America. And the last time I saw it, America had money. So how is it that we
How is it
can,
that Detroit ain't got no money?
right? Like y'all not in another country.
But we got money. It's just that it's not spent well.
But see, that's the thing. That's why I always ask everybody that I get a chance to speak to that comes from Michigan, like from Detroit. Is Detroit a test city for what is possibly to come for other cities that are black, other black, majority black cities or whatever? And everybody act like they don't understand what I'm talking about. And I'm thinking, Detroit is not supposed to be sitting up there acting like it ain't got no money. So I'm thinking, y'all are a test city for what others a model for what will happen to other cities that are majority black.
But you know what? That's why I say you in a place where it's just as bad, but up here it's so
Right.
bad. It's like a war zone because the way they got the people divided, they're real fucked up.
Okay, so by me being in Baltimore City, is it safe to say that that may be possible for my city eventually in the next 1 or 2, 3 years? You see what I'm saying? That's the question I'm asking.
Y'all live different. It's already like that there, but y'all culture so different you don't recognize it. It's just as bad. It's just like how they show you Africa. Africa is not that bad. It's McDonald's
Nope.
there, it's
Yep.
buildings,
Why you
Benzes,
say
and
it's apartments?
yeah, it's what you see. What the white folks choose to show you is
Right.
what you believe in. And Detroit isn't that bad everywhere. Some very big houses in Detroit, and they're about to re-gentrify it. That's what they're doing. And it's
But
the
then
biggest houses
when
in
they, oh, go
Detroit.
ahead. I'm sorry.
The biggest houses here are in Detroit, but it's in the hood, and only black people own them, and they let them go down. But they're about to re-gentrify it and get us out of there. That's what's going
So
on.
where are they going to? Where is the next city closest? What is that? A suburban city that they pushing everybody to?
Yep, I'm out in
Uh
Inkster,
huh.
right?
They doing
It's
that here then.
Inkster and Dearborn, Westland,
They doing it
Romulus.
here.
Yep, pushing you to the outskirts.
So why did they let that thing go down with that water in Flint?
And that Governor Snyder is still the governor. He didn't get reprimanded. He didn't get taken out of office. Nothing happened to him. And they said he fixed it. And it's a damn shame. They allowed him.
I think this is something. I'm telling you, man. I really feel like y'all are models. These two cities are models for what is to come for other predominantly black cities in America. All it takes is just one or two cities to model for the rest of the United States to look at and be like, damn, that could be us. We ain't far from none of them damn problems that y'all got. You know what I'm saying? In other words, the problems that y'all got is not far fetched from where I am in Baltimore City. In other words, our shit can become like y'all shit tomorrow. You see
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
It
That's
can.
how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute. I think they just letting Detroit be like that and Flint be like that because they just, you know what I'm saying? They trying to prepare others. They gonna do this shit to other cities.
Yep, it's an experiment. They making sure they
That's
see
what
how
I'm
it goes.
saying. Thank you.
That's what they're doing. I be
That's what
watching
I'm
them.
saying. Because there's no freaking way Detroit and Flint is in the United States of freaking America and gonna be acting like they ain't got no funding, no financial funding or some shit like that. The
Right.
dollar hasn't collapsed yet. The fuck? That shit ain't making no kind of sense. If they can fund them, if they can fund, give federal money or allocate money to Baltimore City, the fuck? Why they can't allocate money? You know what I'm saying? It's like all the states can fucking pitch in and do a GoFundMe or some shit. You know? For Detroit and Flint. And y'all be straight. So I'm not understanding that.
You know
So
where a lot
obviously that shit is an experiment.
it is, and you know where a lot of money came to Detroit. You know where it went to in the last 10 years? It went
Where?
to the bailout in Ford and Chrysler when the motor companies needed a bailout, and that wasn't that they needed a bailout. It was that they sent their company overseas.
Overseas.
They outsourced their labor.
Mm-mm-mm.
The people who build car parts now are in China. They're doing it for little, and we lost a lot of jobs up there at these companies, at the car companies,
Right.
at Ford, Chrysler. A lot of families broke apart, and then a lot of dads who worked for 20 years at Ford or Chrysler got fired because
So basically you saying after 2000, after that, the World Trade Center thing.
yeah, around that time.
Uh-huh. I think that's why the fuck they did it.
Yep.
That's why they did it. So that World Trade Center shit was a smokescreen for motherfuckers to send shit overseas and basically pull money from the United States because you daggone right. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people been on their jobs for 20, 30 goddamn years. They didn't get their damn pensions and shit. And it wasn't
Yep.
just the auto companies neither. There was a lot of companies that shit happened to.
Mm.
And that tore up the family again. You know, that separated and divided, you know what I'm saying, a lot of, you know, the last little string of solid black families, that fucked that up.
And
Hmm.
that's why we all fucked up. We all mixed,
Mm-hmm.
different cities, different states. Black folks
Mm-hmm.
don't even get on be together. Oh shit, we can't even put $50,000 together. We'll be looking at the other person, funny.
But see, that's the thing. When you had it going on, when before all these before all this stuff happened, like before 9/11 and all this, you know, economical change and shit like that, you were still divided in the black communities. You were still, oh, we got more money than you, or we doing better than you. You understand what I'm saying? So then when everybody else got broke for real, it's like, well, I got a newer pair of tennis shoes than you do. It's like you still gotta act like I'm better than you, but yet still I'm like 2 seconds from being as broke as you.
Yep, that's how we live.
Yeah, isn't that
that's
crazy? That's some crazy shit. It's like I got 3 packs of chicken and shit more than you got, so therefore we doing better than you. Dumb shit.
that's exactly how we live.
And
And
it's still that damn division. It's still
What they call that?
we everybody broke as a bitch, but we still got that
Call that
division.
stunting.
that's what they call it, stunting. We
Stunting.
stun each other. We stun on our family. We stun on our
Yup,
friends. We don't tell
yup,
the truth never. We always stunting, and we just say
yup.
something, just stunting to our people.
Because when you come from a family or a generation of black people that was always doing good, this, that, and the third, guess what you can't do? You can't never act like you're doing bad. You see what I'm saying? So that is where that stunting come from. You see what I'm saying? Here it is. Everybody know your family for being the one that had the first Cadillac on the block. You know what I'm saying? Y'all always had y'all hedges cut all nice shit. Always had shit done all the time. Guess what you gonna be doing? Still trying to maintain and keep up shit, but be struggling like a bitch. Don't nobody know that you only got 1 pack of chicken in your damn refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Hmm.
gonna try to keep on making people think y'all doing good. And that's another thing. That's where that shit comes from too. It comes from once having shit to not having shit, but still trying to front like we still got shit.
Yep. Because they took our shit from us. That's the whole thing.
But we
You know,
allowed it to get took.
yeah, black folks, this is our problem. When they took us on them damn ships and we've been over here all this time, you know who fucked up? The Africans ain't never tried to come over here and do shit for us. They allowed the white folks to fuck us over for so long that we started working for them, becoming them, that the Africans started hating us. And then they had enough power to go over there and make the Africans do the same shit they did to us. That whole
Well,
country, they
how
never
about
came
you
over
say
here and
this?
fought.
But how about you say this though, sincere? How about this? They're like you're African tribalman. What do you call them? Not a king, but they're the head of the little tribe or whatever. And so like
Chief,
your tribe, yeah, your tribe and my tribe been beefing, and you got like 500 people of mine as prisoners. And all of a sudden, these white people come and be like, well, we'll give you some shit you ain't never seen before that look cute or something. And you be like, all we want is some fucking people and shit. And you be like, fucking sure shit. You know, I ain't got to give you my people. You can take them motherfuckers right there.
mm-hmm.
And I think this is the peak. This is how a lot of people got over here. And that this is why a lot of Africans didn't feel the need to come and save their people and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people that were brought here were prisoners anyway.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, only thing, if you wiped out my tribe, or you enslaved my whole fucking tribe, you're an African chief, and you just took my fucking tribe. How is anybody from my tribe gonna come over here and help my people
Exactly, that's true.
when you didn't took, you know what I'm saying,
The tribe out.
everybody and sold the motherfuckers over here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like nobody to help. And I think this is what started off. I think this is how this shit really started off. And then I think people just started going over there and just snatching motherfuckers as they see them. You know what I'm saying?
We've
Randomly.
been so long. This is what I'm saying. And I don't blame them no more. That we've been here so long that I know it was a mental fuck and a mental war. But at the same time, we've been here so long with so much revenue that we can use together that I blame us for not putting our shit together and stop hating or stunting on each other.
But
Everybody
you know what?
today is supposed to link up. If you meet a new person tomorrow, you're supposed to be able to say, "Hey, how you doing?" Talk to them. If you want to have sex with them, have sex with them. But if you don't feel that
hmm
way, you just better talk to them like, "Hey, how you doing?" Build something together and get there. What do you?
But you can't. But see, you can't do that. You know why? Because I think what happened was we as black people were innovators. We were people that created things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, give or take, you know, truthfully speaking, I think black people were the ones that basically 90% created history itself. You know, we created, you know, the way to tell the stars and what time it is and all that old shit, right? But you know what? I was just talking to Mad Black about 2 hours ago about this shit. We were not the ones to write it down. You see what I'm saying? So that just seemed to like disqualified us as being thinking people. See, physically, we can do shit. We can make shit happen. Physically. But when it comes down to really writing this shit down, as like, in other words, multitask, goddamn, you know, not only are you doing the shit, but you write it down. Didn't do that. So what happened was you got these other people that took the time while we was making shit and doing shit. They was documenting shit and writing shit down. See what I mean? So therefore that made them all the wiser because it's like, well, we have reference. We can make reference to shit because we wrote some shit down. You see what I'm saying? And that's why it seems like, I guess we have the false impression that white people are more intelligent, they're more educated, and because they wrote shit down. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, my own opinion now, that's the only difference. Because if you can you imagine, excuse me, and it's a long running joke actually, what they say, if you wanna, the most dangerous black person on the planet is a black person that is educated or some shit like that. And that shit makes a lot of sense because not only do we know how to physically do shit, but if you add the thinking component, it'd be bad as a motherfucker. You see what I mean? We'd be what? What? You feel me? So that was the reason people keep leaving this little bitty itty bitty little piece of history out. Every time they talk about slavery time and slavery time. Remember when they didn't want you to read and write? Remember? Wonder why. You see? Because if you had motherfuckers reading and writing and shit, and also being able to physically do shit and create, the fuck? Where you think we would be at today? Now, how you gonna be that fucking petty and be like, I don't want you reading and writing? Why would they seem to be so petty to not want or allow a people to be able to read or write? Has anybody ever asked that question?
It's a good question. And the truth
You see what I'm
is,
saying?
them people are wicked. Them people don't want us to know nothing.
They
And they
did.
mad that you woke up. They mad that you know what you know. They used to us
Because,
being book dancing as Negroes.
Because after slavery, guess what? Ain't no time for you to be reading some shit, writing some shit. You still gotta make some shit work. Cause see now, the plantation owner can't provide for you now. Cause see, slavery's over with. So now you have to become sharecroppers and shit. But then you got motherfuckers don't know how to count. To my
Well,
knowledge, a lot of people were given 40 acres in a mule, but a lot of people were cheated out of their 40 acres because they didn't know how to count. So they got basically got they got played because if you think about it. Even to this day, it's happened in my family too. Not too long, a couple years back, you got people that's old in your family that die, but then you find out they got like 4 or 5 acres down south somewhere. But yet it's still niggas supposed to be so broke though. But yet it's still somebody that's old in your family still got 4 or 5 acres of land. Where do you think that 4 or 5 acres came from? Originally, it came from that 40 acres. But a lot of people ended up with only like, 10 or maybe 5 acres and shit because they let somebody play them out of their land.
that's real.
You see what I mean? So it's like if you take away, see, this is all was the plan. This shit made a whole lot of sense. You take away somebody's ability to read and write. Guess what you get to do? Guess how much shit you get to have off a motherfucker? That's how much power you get to have over somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that something? And that shit has been going on for what? 400 years?
Forever. Forever, ever, and a
Trying to
day.
keep a motherfucker stupid. And now, motherfuckers have got so to the point where they comfortable with that concept. You know, historically, that you were not allowed to read and write. And in 2016, you ain't gonna do what? You're not gonna go to school. What you say? Fuck school? What you say? Fuck a book. What? Oh, so you doing exactly what the fuck the plan was. Good for you. So you
Yep.
playing for the other team. To me, that's the coon. Motherfuckers that be hollering about fuck a book, don't want to read, don't want to go to school, they're the coons.
You know, a lot of the motherfuckers, they don't understand when it comes to being somebody that's black in this world, you got to know that you came in this world as a different being. This world is not your world. You're living in a paradigm that wasn't created by you. It's a bigger picture, But you in a place, in a position right now in America where you don't control shit, and neither do your people or your kinfolk. So you have to play the game and go how the game go if you're gonna play the game and live inside this country. A lot of black
That,
folks don't know how to adjust to that, and they don't know how to make sure that they make it out of that. They'll adjust and get so adjusted that they motherfucking ass be adjusted all their life and don't make nothing of it or take care of their family that's gonna be there after. And,
but that's
that's
a
why
but you're
folks
you're
are.
you're right about that. You're right, but it's an embarrassment because again, if you want to say something about white people, even white people have at least documented to a degree that yeah, y'all niggas did invent some shit. As far as the beginning of time, y'all did do this and do that, and it seemed like a bell should go off with black folks. It's like, wait a minute, hold up. Even they are admitting, meaning white people, we knew some shit. Even they admit that they learned some shit from us. So how the fuck do you blame them for you not being able to do what?
You
Today.
can't blame them because they learned
That shit
everything
crazy.
us, Indians, and everybody else they ever met in their life. They learned it off other people.
If they are nice enough or if they are honest enough to even say they only learned two things from us, how the fuck do we blame them for not knowing shit? Or how is we supposed to learn? How is we supposed to be mad because they not giving us more information or something? Okay, motherfuckers got shit twisted, straight twisted, and it's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. If I hear anybody blaming white people for anything, I'm not somebody that, I'm trying to be prejudicial. I'm trying to be, like all white people up white people's butt or whatever. It's not that. It's just it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? To get mad at white people for doing some shit that we supposed to already fucking know how to do, whether we wrote it down or not. Black people are innovative motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? You could take black people and put them in the middle of a desert, and motherfuckers will still eat, build a fucking house, and some more shit.
And black
You
people
know what I'm
can build
saying?
anything. We can grow anything. We know how to live good. We're
That's what
not
I'm
violent
saying.
people. The black folks have been painted as to be violent. These niggas in the hood have been made to be thought to be gangster and be thought to
Yeah.
do dumb shit to your own people. But we the most
Mhm.
friendliest, happiest, go luckiest people on earth. White
Mhm.
folks are savages. They will kill you and eat your fucking body. We were
Mhm.
taught to fear us, and they were telling everybody else to fear us when we are the most friendliest motherfuckers on this earth. That's why the
Exactly.
majority of our killings is by our own people. And it's usually somebody you grew up with and your friend that kills you.
Exactly. Because I mean, again, drive it on back to history again. It's like, guess what? You see where all blacks were treated the same. Everybody got their ass whooped. Everybody got some shit cut off of them or something like that. Well, guess what? Now we're gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna um, I'm gonna hook sincere up. I'm gonna basically make sure that you got a nice little bed and better quality of food or more comfortable clothing. I'm gonna do all this shit for you as long as you keep me posted on what's going on out there in the quarters, in the slave quarters and out the field.
Hmm.
See, this is where the first division occurred right there. And the motherfucker took that deal. Like, shit, alright, shit, fuck them niggas. Shit, I ain't trying to be out here in this hot ass sun all goddamn day. I'm snitching like a motherfucker. And then you got to look at the fact of where another division occurred, where you had the privileged blacks that were in the house, right? That had access to the books and shit, and could know a little bit more, knew how to read and knew how to write too. Guess what they tried to do? They tried to tell the motherfuckers in the field, but motherfuckers was wanting to get it like how they had it up in the house. They wanted to get in the house. So guess what they did? They went and told the plantation owner. Sincere up here telling us how to read, write, and shit. So you got snatched out the house, and that motherfucker that snitched more than likely probably either got put in the house or his dumb ass probably still had to stay out in the damn field. So guess what? The niggas in the house was like, fuck them niggas in the field.
And that's a
See,
bad
this is where
division.
all this division shit started. You see what I'm saying?
Yep, that's a bad division right there. That's from the beginning.
And it's like you can look at what's going on today, even with like the little weird shit that goes on, like the guy down there in Waco, Texas, David Koresh, which is he was like some kind of religious leader or something, and he ended up basically getting a whole compound of people killed. Jim Jones too. How the fuck one person gonna get 900 or 1,000 of people to do some shit? One motherfucker. How can you have that much power? Now imagine that in slavery. You got nothing but the plantation owner and his family in the fucking house, but you got 200 goddamn slaves on the goddamn plantation. They ain't no phones. They ain't no cell phones. Where some shit go down, they can hurry up and call police or something. Then why couldn't them 200 goddamn slaves beat the shit out of them and keep it moving?
Well,
You know why? Because you had about a couple of them out of them 200 slaves that was like, Bubba and them get ready to do this and this and the third. That's why. Snitch.
Carlotta,
Just
what
like
we on?
Nat Turner shit got fucked up. Because of
Carlotta,
snitches.
Carlotta,
Huh?
what is we on? 'Cause I got this link from Donna. What y'all been talking about? What is this?
What you say?
What are we on right now? We on the you dig?
I think so. No, no.
I got the link. I got
It's
the link.
on Dre thing.
It's Dre's. Why ain't it
Uh-huh.
fucking with us? She ain't on here. She sent me the link.
Who?
Donna.
She might have ended up going in the other room. It's I think it's another what you call 'em open. I don't know where Dre went. He person was
I'm,
asleep.
yeah, I'm looking on.
No, I'm not asleep, guys. I'm here.
You still there? Okay. You needed to tell them other people to get their hind parts over here.
Me and Carlotta
Yeah,
been
no,
saying.
I was about to. Hold on a second. I was actually about to shut this show down, man. I ain't really. I'm a little tired, man. I need to turn over and get me some rest.
Yeah, get some sleep. Cause
Yeah,
I'm gonna be kicking my lip a little cause I've been saving my mouth all the damn day.
right, right.
Cause I got
Uh,
shit all on my mind, so.
right. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna call it a night, guys. I thank you guys for watching the show. Please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to donate because that helps keep the
Alright.
show going. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Debating Woes. Say goodbye,
We'll get it
everybody.
out here. Okay.
Bye bye.
Sincere.